Survivor Series, November 26, 1987, Richfield Township, Ohio, in the Richfield Coliseum. The attendance was 21,300 people. The tagline for this, the biggest event since WrestleMania, which is crazy. Also, it's like, I think it was, what, 7, 8 months after WrestleMania 3?
This happened in November, so was WrestleMania 3 in March or April of
It
that
was in
year?
March.
All
So,
right, so
yeah,
yeah.
about 6, 7 months. Uh, but honestly, the intro to Survivor Series is not like any other. We don't really start out with a video package per se yet. We're honestly straight to the ring, where they introduce Jesse Ventura and Gorilla Monsoon are back, the GOAT duo. Please never leave us. I hope you're here forever.
And yeah, I love his little pilgrim hat here because did this take place on Thanksgiving?
Yes, it did. This is
Okay,
this is
okay.
our first pay-per-view on a holiday.
'Cause I remember that being a thing of they wanted Survivor Series to be like a Thanksgiving tradition, and then it went from like on Thanksgiving to just the Sunday or Saturday after or whatever. So I wasn't sure if they had already started the let's do this on Thanksgiving.
I think it's because probably they can't compete with like the sporting events because the NFL always has like 2 or 3 games on Thanksgiving. Well, you probably didn't know that, but they do every year.
If they don't know yet, they're about to.
Yeah. Do you want to know the price for the pay-per-view that year?
Yes, please.
$39.95.
Okay. Well, that's gonna heavily inflate over the few years until the network shows up to save us all.
Yeah. Yeah, 2005, $89 for a pay-per-view. Which is we're getting robbed here. Um but yeah, so we have Gorilla Monsoon and Jesse Ventura. They're basically talking about how it's on Thanksgiving, and then they're going over the rules of Survivor Series.
Oh yeah,
Um,
man. All the ways you can get eliminated, but you probably would notice that they're very similar to just ways you could lose a wrestling match.
yeah, basically, pinfall, elimination, count out, disqualification, and I'm pretty sure the last one was something like the
Oh yeah, referee's discretion. So
referee's discretion. Yeah,
if Davey Boy Smith racks himself on the top rope again and deems that the ref is like, hey, your balls hurt too much, I can't let you keep going. That
yeah,
happens.
yeah. And then right
It's a
after that,
free out.
yeah,
Oh,
free out
sorry. Go.
basically. No, you're good. So, right after that, we have kind of like a cool little fade in transition of Survivor Series. It's kind of a hovering over the ring. I kind of thought it was kind of like a Power Rangers esque intro.
It
Um,
was a little it was still your classic cheesy 80s thing, but it was still like you said a little different than the ones we've seen so far.
mm. And then we kick it first. We kick it to the back. We have the Honky Tonk Man's team. They were interviewed first. Also, Honky Tonk Man is now Intercontinental
Yep.
Champion.
He did it. I believe this is his like record setting run. I'm not sure. I know he's been champion for a minute here. I don't remember exactly when, but
I looked it up. So Ricky Steamboat got it in March, and then he lost it in pretty sure it was June. So he's
wow.
had it for like 4 or 5 months now.
Okay. So Ricky Steamboat only had the title for just a few months after that big win.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was like June 4th was the day that he lost it on. So
Okay.
barely anything.
I think he took a little bit of time off right after that too. So, but I mean, he's back here. How crazy was it seeing him and Randy Savage like on the same team after WrestleMania 3?
There's a lot of people that switched up from being a face
You
to
know
a
what?
heel and a heel to a
You're
face
right. You're
fast.
right.
Like in this 7th month time period, everything has changed, and
Except Hogan Andre.
except Hogan Andre, yeah, that's literally the only people that are still the heel and the face. But it's hard to hate Andre, even at this time. I feel like people have to be very conflicted on should we hate Andre or, I mean, we love Hogan, but who doesn't love Andre type of vibe.
Yeah.
And then after that, we had or I think they went in and they went ahead and went out to the ring. I actually loved how they introduced everyone. because it was easier for me to write down.
Yeah, it sure was.
uh, s-
How wild was this heel promo to you that everybody is just rowdy as fuck?
Dude,
Um,
there was a bunch of them were kind of like that in a sense where the
yeah,
captain is just trying to do
especially
whatever.
the heels,
Yeah.
especially the heel ones. What I loved is that every heel manager has plenty of stage time on this show. So like this is kind of like your up and coming guy Survivor Series match. Every heel manager has like not every heel manager has a I mean, oh my god, I'm stuttering so much. Every heel manager has a guy that fits into like one of their categories, but one of them are like missing one or two. So you'll see here where like we have Jimmy Hart and Bobby Heenan on the same team, and then later on you'll get like Slick and then Mr. Fuji or some shit,
Hmm.
and
Yeah,
then
and then you'll get
everybody has a fucking tag team.
exact exactly even in the girls, even in like the
Yeah,
main event, they're back. It's always there's always at least two managers out there.
but until we get to the tag match, where literally every heel tag team had.
Hmm. Has their own manager, yeah.
Yeah. So what I mean to say is like not every up and coming mid card heel had a manager. Not every main eventer had a manager, just one or two did. But every heel tag team had a manager. That's what I meant to sound like and say when I was stuttering 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, after that we get to see so they go out to the ring. I'll just go ahead and introduce
Oh,
the
go
heel
ahead.
team first. We have King Harley Race. We have Hercules. We get to see Outlaw Ron
Outlaw
Bass.
Ron Bass.
And then we have Dangerous Danny Davis,
Yeah.
referee turned wrestler now. Okay.
And he's still sticking with the wrestling thing, man. He's giving it a full try.
Yeah. And then we have their captain, Honky Tonk Man.
I
Hon-
love this guy.
Me too. I fucking love him. The
I love
Memphis.
Hockey Talk, man,
Me
dude.
too. I love him. I wrote down, especially like he cuts a promo later on too. But I just
Yeah,
fucking love
yeah.
him. He's awesome.
I can sing, I can dance, and I can play the guitar.
I ain't mad.
Did you,
uh,
did you hear Cool, Cocky, and Bad? Did you hear his music?
no, I don't remember it though.
Oh my god, man.
I have to re-listen to it after it though.
It was there. It was there.
Dude, could you imagine if I know I've complained about it every episode, but they don't really have like music for everyone. Dude, the music would take for fucking ever for these people, especially if they let them walk from the ramp all the way down to the ring. The music would be like 30 minutes for each match.
I want to say they kind of have a way of streamlining that more or less. Like they not everybody goes in and does a full on crazy entrance. Some is just like come out, put your arms up. Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, that's how they do it now. Yeah, and then immediately the next person's music hits or whatever.
Here they all just walked in a single file line. It was easy.
Yeah. So then we have Randy Savage's team. They were being interviewed. The first thing I have to point out, what the fuck happened to Ricky Steamboat? uh, he's full dragon mode now.
Yeah.
I think you were right. I think they did say he took some time off and to like channel his chi or whatever.
Yeah,
Um,
now he came back slightly angrier. He's full dragon. He's still
yeah,
a family man.
yeah, and he was talking way more than he's talked in every other show in that promo, and I was appalled by him. uh, Did you have anything on their promo? It was mostly just Macho Man, just like he was walking around
I mean,
aimlessly.
they were hard to really understand because like every time somebody tries to make a point or get a little one liner in, everyone behind him just yeah.
Mm,
It gets really like cluttery in terms of noise.
mm,
Um, I mean, it was a fine promo. It was fucking Randy Savage being a baby face, and I love that he's a baby face now.
me too. Because okay, so let's introduce the team. So first of all, I have to say something before I introduce these people. This is
Okay,
nickname hell. Like they
it
have
really is.
this team is just fucking nicknames. That's all it is. So we
Dude, oh my god, I'm looking at this team, and literally it is every one of them have
every
a
one of them has
nickname.
a nickname. We have Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. We have Brutus the Barber Beefcake. We have Jake the Snake Roberts. We have Hacksaw Jim Duggan, and then we have Macho Man Randy
Yep.
Savage, who literally had the biggest pop of the night, probably.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, for sure. He might have even out popped Real American hitting this time.
He was so like I wrote Macho Man is so fucking over right now. I fucking love him being happy or being like a face. I mean,
I would have loved to see him actually having the full turn
hmm
because there's just so many times in history where people, they boo them as a heel, but it's because like we're supposed to. We truthfully love this guy, and when he turns babyface, it's so like it's such an awesome feeling to finally be able to cheer that guy.
mm.
And it seems like that has been the case for Randy Savage forever. But of course it has. Because look at Wrestling Classic, look at WrestleMania 2, WrestleMania 3. This dude is consistently putting on the best matches. Is performing levels beyond most of the people he's sharing the ring with or sharing the roster with. And now they get to cheer him. Like now we can justifiably like this guy who's been fucking awesome for years. And
Top
he's nice to his wife now,
Yeah, top three in
which is
promos too.
awesome.
Every event as well.
Every time.
Every time.
Every time.
What was the deal? Someone had a deal with Elizabeth. I forgot. But someone was like very rude to her. Was it the Honky Tonk Man? And I
I
think
think
that's
so,
what
yeah.
set it
I
off.
think that's
Yeah,
what it was, yeah.
yeah. I think that's what like. No, I think it was Harley Race. They were trying to get her to bow down to like the king or whatever.
Oh,
It was something
okay.
weird
That
like
makes
that.
more sense, but I do remember him talking about like he yeah. I did think it was weird that all of a sudden he's talking about standing up for Elizabeth and not letting people treat her like shit when that's
Yeah,
what his
yeah.
entire
It's what
thing
he's
was.
been doing for what 2 years now.
Yeah.
Jeez.
He
Uh,
sees the error of his ways now, man. He'll beat him up and he doesn't like it, so now he's just a pure hearted man.
I do gotta say one more thing though. Before we get into the match. Um, uh, Danny Davis, worst outfit of the night. Dude looks like a zebra. I mean, he
Well,
was literally
that's the point. He was the wrestling referee. You never forget where you came from.
Oh, gotcha. But I mean, it's bad, dude. He's wearing those white pants with the stripes through them, and then he's wearing like a white shirt as well, and it looked awful. It was the worst outfit of the night. I have to give that award out right now.
They had to make up an award. It was so bad.
Yeah, I couldn't stand it.
You got to do that every week now. Who had the worst outfit?
But yeah, just so everyone knows, just to reiterate, Honky Tonk Man, he was the captain of the heels. Randy Savage, captain of the faces. So we start out. We have Beefcake and Hercules for both teams. They're starting out, and dude, holy shit, did Beefcake not come out hot? He was
Yeah,
turning that shit up to
he just
10.
he hip tosses everyone. Like he even takes Danny Davis off the. I think he takes him like off the apron and just yanks his ass into the ring, like through the ropes or something, or even like over it.
Yeah, because I think Danny Davis got tagged in, and then he did that. Yeah, dude, he was fucking killing it. Did you have anything on the beginning part of the match besides? I mean, Beefcake was just it was just all Beefcake in the beginning.
I mostly just kind of noted down like the eliminations. Um, I do. I did point that there was an awkward spot. Like, however, when Danny Davis, he just kind of awkwardly stumbles into Steamboat coming off the top rope with his little chop. I thought that was kind of funny. Steamboat. Do you know what skinning the cat is?
No, what is that?
All right, so skinning the cat is when the guy gets thrown like over the ropes, but he holds on and his feet almost touch the floor, and he like pulls himself back up over the ropes.
Yes, he does that a lot, and I was
He
actually gonna
does it
ask
like
you.
2 or 3 times.
I was gonna
That's
ask you, is
not
that hard?
easy.
Okay,
That's not easy.
okay. I now know the term of it. Yeah, because I wanted to ask you, but I was gonna say it in worse terms. Like, how hard is it to go over the ropes and pull yourself back up?
It's not. It's definitely not easy to do that shit just twice back to back like that. Um, and then like he does that. He skins the cat like once or twice, and Harley Race runs in, and then he just gets thrown over. I thought that was pretty funny. And Jim Duggan jumps in and he wrestles, man. Like he's been waiting 4 fucking podcasts of ours to wrestle because
Jeez.
This dude went nuts. He knew that he was gonna be like out first, so he
Yeah.
tried his best to get all of his shit in.
Yeah, basically, Jim Duggan clotheslines Harley Race outside of the ring, and they're
Oh,
just they're just
sounds
fucking
familiar.
yeah, they're just fucking going at it, and
But Landon, they're fighting outside, don't they know that they only have 10 seconds? Surely one of them's listening to the referee's count, right?
no man, I mean they just hate each other that much they don't care about no referee.
Harley Race and Jim Duggan, why? What have they done? Like, what's their story? Why do they hate each other like this?
uh,
Maybe there is a story.
yeah,
But the literal first fall of Survivor Series is a fucky double count out.
maybe Jim Duggan wants to come for the crown, and that was his way of sending a message like, you don't fuck with me, I'm Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Maybe Jim Duggan wants to go home.
Probably.
He just gets it out of the way. He's probably home by the time this match is over with.
So after them two get eliminated, back into the ring, we have Ron Bass and Jake Roberts. They come in for their respective teams. It's cool seeing Jake Roberts back here,
Yeah.
especially because I feel like his first match was kind of a dud match just to see the Snake. And have we only seen him
Second
once?
wasn't much better. We saw him against was it it wasn't Butch Reed, was it? We saw him against like in a more or less an enhancement match, and then he wrestled Honky Tonk Man last time,
Yeah, with
right?
Alice Cooper.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Yeah,
right. Because the whole thing was just to waste time so Jimmy Hart could get fed to a snake
yeah,
while Hogan and
exactly.
Andre got
Yeah,
ready for the main event.
yeah, it was a filler match. Yeah. But yeah, next elimination, we have Ron Bass being eliminated by Brutus Beefcake, our guy
I have
Beefcake.
a I have a funny note here about Ron Bass. I feel that Ron Bass could not look more like his name was Ron Bass if he fucking tried. Like I had no issue picking out who Ron Bass was. Not that I mean I knew who all the other people were, but I looked at that guy and saw the name Ron Bass and I was like, yeah, that's Ron Bass. There's no one else that could be Ron Bass. That's Ron Bass.
So you're saying if I got six Southern guys with mustaches
And were shaped like and their
and
heads
we're
were shaped
shaped,
like a fish,
yeah,
they would not look more like Ron Bass than
then
Ron
Ron
Bass.
Bass. I have no clue who the hell Ron Bass was until they announced Ron
I
Bass was on the
didn't
team.
either. I didn't either. But I mean, I've heard the name, but I don't know shit about him. I just know he's the outlaw Ron Bass, and now I know what he looks like. He
Jeez.
looks like Ron Bass.
Uh,
There's a nice
and
bit for your for the for
no,
the
I think it
TikTok.
is. I think it is. Yeah, definitely gonna clip that later. um. So the next thing that happens is we have uh Hercules and Honky Tonk. They're basically fighting with Beefcake in the corner right now.
Yeah. Did
Um,
you see how Brutus Beefcake gets cut off? He just kind of like awkwardly stands over Hercules, like seizing, trying to figure out what he do and what to do until Honky Tonk Man just kind of kicks him. This is where it kind of hit me. Brutus Beefcake kind of sucks. I think the '80s, the luster of watching new '80s wrestling's worn off. I'm with everyone else now. Brutus Beefcake kind of sucks.
yeah, cause I wrote down here cause Jesse and Gorilla they're actually talking about like why didn't he like tag out at that moment? Because like he is in fact the next elimination by the Honky Tonk Man.
Yeah. After after Danny Davis forgets to hit Beefcake, so he just kind of like stumbles into the shake, rattle, and roll.
Jeez.
It just looked like Danny Davis knew he was supposed to like run over and kick him in the back so he could feed to the Honky Tonk Man finish, but forgot and then looked up and was like, "Oh shit!" It just kind of like love taps him, and Brutus is he just has to stand there looking confused and feeds around into it. It was so messy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So now we're down to 3 against 3. After Brutus, Ron Bass, and Jim and Harley Race have all been eliminated. So 4 down, uh, 6 more to go,
Yes,
unfortunately.
Savage will run in so he can get his ass kicked, and then Roberts will run in so he can get his ass kicked.
Dude, you know what? I gotta stop this real quick. So the thing that I hated about these matches is,
Oh, the
especially
one
that
thing, huh?
no, this is the big thing. So especially you see this a lot nowadays, but they are not saving their teammate from getting pinned most of the time. They will do it sometimes, but not every fucking time.
For
They
some
literally
reason, that's always been a thing for Survivor Series.
they will literally watch their person get pinned and stand there and like hit their
And then
head like
they'll
kick
go,
out.
"What the fuck?"
Yeah. And they're like, man, you should have kicked out. What's your
Damn it,
problem?
man! We should have done something. Fuck! I wish I could have helped. But yeah, I get what you're saying,
Hmm.
because you see, like in regular tag matches, people break that shit up all the time.
So after Brutus was eliminated, yeah, we have Jake the Snake, or you're talking about Savage. He went in, and then Jake the
Yeah,
Snake went in. Jake went for a failed DDT on Honky Tonk Man. He reversed the DDT. I mean, how can anyone hate Honky Tonk Man? Honestly.
yeah, for real. Once Danny Davis gets in and starts
Mhm.
beating up Jake Roberts, I'm like, oh, okay, here comes the DDT.
Yeah, they had to get one.
Yeah, here it was.
Yeah, so yeah, Danny Davis comes in next, and then Jake eliminates him with his DDT. Uh,
Crowd came unglued for that DDT.
Dude, they hate Danny Davis, dude.
Yeah,
This
they
crooked ass referee turned wrestler.
they really do dislike that dude. He's getting some very good heel heat.
Hmm.
Now you
So
see why he had to be in that 6-man at WrestleMania.
get out of here. If you're telling me that 6 man helps him be in this Survivor Series match for some reason, then
Oh,
whatever.
I can't say all that shit, but I'm just saying, like, getting to see him get his ass kicked is, it gets a response. People want to see it, so that's why he was in that trios
Yeah,
match at,
yeah.
at Mania.
I got you. Also, this was the first instance where I thought, why didn't he just save him? Because as soon as Danny Davis gets pinned 1, 2, 3, Jake the Snake is getting a boot to the face by Hercules. Literally right when the
Yeah,
three happens, he's
and
getting
Roberts
booted.
Roberts yells, "Son of a bitch!"
uh, but yeah, so basically it's just a lot of back and forth, especially on Jake, because that's the whole idea. Let's just get our guy in the corner and just keep tagging in and out, in and out, in and out. Um,
They beat Jake Roberts' ass forever.
they did. And
He
then
puts
from
him in a sleeper, dude, and it looks like he's trying to play rock paper scissors with a ghost. Like, Robert's selling of the sleeper was probably the funniest thing I'd ever seen come out of a sleeper. I don't know what the fuck he was doing, other
dude,
than playing rock paper scissors with a fucking ghost. Like, he's like pounding his hand together.
and Ricky and Savage are desperately trying to get the crowd to pump him up. Desperately. They are,
And
and
crowd's locked in the sleeper.
yeah, have you noticed Ricky the whole time he keeps running to the to the turnbuckle and getting on top, and then he goes back to his corner after the refs yell at him. That happened
Oh,
like
he's
30
hyped,
times
man.
during this match.
He's hyped as fuck.
Also they did the I think you might have mentioned it, but it's like the hand goes up, to see
Yeah.
if he's alive. 1, 2, 3. I think that has happened in the amount of times that we've reviewed pay-per-views. I think it's happened at least over 10 times that they've done that.
Yeah, it's happened a lot.
In the
It,
we're
it
on our
becomes
fifth
less and less
pay-per-view.
common, but we don't have a lot of things yet. Things haven't been invented, so there's not a lot of things that exist right now. So
Yeah. And
unfortunately,
also
that's one of them.
the pinfalls are awful. I have to call him out for it right now. I do not have any emotion in that 1, 2, 3. It's literally just pound, 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 and he's out of here. That's it. I'm not hearing like the fans count 1, 2,
No,
3. This is quick as shit. All of these 1, 2, 3, and you're out. Bye. See you later.
I don't really even remember if there were that many times where somebody went for a pin that they kicked out of. I think for the most part, like most of the pins were just the 3 counts.
It happens a lot in the main event.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
every
does.
other pinfall is a 1 count. uh, but yeah, so basically after that, after Jake finally gets to his corner, We have Steamboat. He is beating up on Hercules, and then we have Savage coming in to finish him off with his elbow drop, and then so the next eliminated is Hercules. So now we're down to 3 against 1. We have
I
Randy
really
Savage.
liked. Oh, sorry. I really liked seeing Randy Savage and Ricky Steamboat working together.
Dude, that
It
would have
was
been a
just kind
killer
of.
tag team.
It was just poetry. Like the way he sets up for the elbow drop. It was just great.
Hmm.
And so after that, like we obviously know that these two work very well together, but seeing it as them like with them as allies is pretty cool. That would have been a nice tag team, but those two are far too big to be in the tag team title picture.
Macho Dragon. Just thought of it.
Oh
Macho
my
Dragon.
fucking god.
That shit. You know how many T-shirts would have been sold for Macho Dragon?
I'm buying one right now.
But yeah, beautiful elbow drop from him. But yeah, now we have 3-on-1. Savage, Roberts, Steamboat versus Honky Tonk Man. Not a lot really happens after it. They are fighting him for about a minute, Savages, and then basically Honky Tonk Man gets out of the ring and he's like, "Fuck this! Come on, Bobby Heenan, we're getting out of here." And they just basically just walk down the ramp.
Yeah, he gives him an atomic drop and he goes like flying over the ropes. And he just looks at the ramp and looks at Jimmy Hart. He says, "Fuck it, let's go."
And then they just fucking leave.
Yep.
So
He
yeah,
doesn't need to do all that shit. He doesn't have to prove anything.
yeah, because and also Jesse Ventura was talking about it a lot. Like, what if he got injured? Like, he doesn't need all that. Then he has to get rid of the title, or what's it called whenever they have to they just relinquish the title? Is that what it's called?
That or vacating or whatever.
Vacate. Yeah,
But yeah.
vacate's a better word.
Well, they said forfeit later on for Hogan. Like, why the fuck was why was Honky Tonk not held up for his title?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, true. You're right. Uh, but yeah, so the final survivors for the first match was Savage, Steamboat, and Roberts.
Three
What'd you think
baby
of the
faces
match?
they did not want to take a pin. Okay. The eliminations themselves I enjoyed for the most part, other than the fucking double count out, which just makes me laugh at this point. Um, and there were times during the Beefcake and Roberts heat where I thought it was going a little too long and was just kind of boring. And Brutus Beefcake sucks. I've that ship has sailed on me thinking he was better than everyone gave him credit to be. He was, and then he became a barber, and now he sucks and he's lazy and he looked confused half the time, and I didn't enjoy watching him. Um,
Okay, yeah. I'm actually gonna introduce a new segment right here.
okay,
I want to give out the most valuable wrestler and least valuable wrestler of the match
of every match.
of every match.
All right. Well, the least valuable of this match was Harley Race.
Okay, who's your
And the
most
most
valuable?
valuable was probably Savage or Steamboat. Honestly, maybe you could even say Jake Roberts,
Okay, I
because
like
he
those.
did more of the selling to lead up to the big Savage Steamboat shit. So the baby face that's in peril that makes you want to see the big hot tag from the other ones is kind of the unsung hero of the group.
Yeah, and especially them two tagging in and out. I mean, it's just really cool to see, especially because
Yeah, and we
7 months ago they hated each other and were fighting over that
right.
Intercontinental Championship.
And also, this is kind of the first time we get to see Jake Roberts in more of just other than just like a small 2 or 3 minute match. Granted, he didn't have like a ton of time in here, but everyone was in and out for a good little bit. Like you got to see more of Jake Roberts, I feel, and also having them put him as survivors with Savage and Steamboat not getting pinned or counted out or anything like that. That's pretty good praise and a pretty good look for him at this point. I think like that. I think that kind of solidifies him as a like one of the top tier like mid card baby faces at least.
Yeah, Jake Roberts not getting pinned here and still never winning a title just kills me.
As sad as it is, he's kind of filled the spot now of Junkyard Dog, where it's like the loved baby face that ever that's we know probably won't get the big fucking push anytime soon, but damn it, we love him anyway because there
Hmm.
was no JYD on this show. So
Which sucks. Bring
yeah,
back JYD. You better be at the Royal Rumble. Um,
hey, maybe man, maybe.
so my
I
MVP,
don't know when he died though. So
I think it was in the late 90s. My
probably
MVP of the match was Savage. We basically kind of had the same ones, but my LVP was Jim Duggan.
Okay.
And for reasons because he
Man,
was
I
the
should have given it to
one.
Ron Bass.
Yeah, should have honestly, or Beefcake. Either one would have worked. But I think Beefcake's start grants him from not having to get the LVW.
Yeah, yeah, fair enough. And also, I don't know, man. I did also like his start, but then he had to keep going, and it wasn't as good.
Mm. Uh, yeah. So next we get an interview with Andre's team in the back. Um, which I don't know why they're doing the Andre interview, which is the main event. I don't know why they're doing it right here, especially because the next match is our women's Survivor Series match. So I really don't understand it.
Just hype up the main event ahead of time. It's supposedly the reason we're all here, so you want to keep adding to it in bits and pieces throughout the night.
Yeah, and they also reveal one of the biggest things. It's like I think you might have mentioned it in the last episode, or I might have, but at the beginning of the Andre versus Hogan in WrestleMania 3, at the beginning of the match, there's that moment where Hogan's trying to pick him up and
Yeah.
Andre falls on top of him. And some people are saying it was a 3 count. Some people are saying Hogan still won fairly. So that's basically one of the big factors in why these two are beefing still.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Because I'm pretty sure in that interview, Andre is like Hogan, I've already done it before and I'll do it again, something like that.
It's weird that they've taken like 7 months and still can't resolve that.
Yeah, you know what helped it? A SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Where's the Where's the SummerSlam in
Does
July where you could
does
just
Hogan just not defend the belts if it's not WrestleMania? Like
so
what
they
the when
actually bring up a point in the show. We don't really watch like their Saturday main events or whatever.
No, we don't.
But they actually bring up a point later, and I was gonna bring it up later, but I'll just do it now. The rules is you have to defend the title at least once every 30 days.
Yeah, that's been a kayfabe rule forever, but then you have people like Brock Lesnar that exist and The Rock that exists and Bruno Sammartino defending the title once every few months in Madison Square Garden for 7 years.
Yeah, I mean,
Like it's a kayfabe rule, and kayfabe rules exist to be broken. If that helps.
yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure Roman wasn't doing it, and
Yeah, there's
at the
no
time.
fucking way Roman was doing it.
Yeah, and Seth Rollins, I know he got injured at like the Rumble, and I no, he didn't even. He was a World Heavyweight Championship champion, and I don't think he wrestled from like December to February. So,
Yeah, there you go.
so our next match, there's not there's not really a promo. I don't think. Do you? I don't think there was a promo at all.
No, they kind of like. Do they talk shit at the beginning? I really don't remember.
No, I think they just introduced the females after. I don't know why they didn't get a
Okay.
promo. We got that Andre promo instead.
Yeah, and
But
Fabulous Moolah is no longer the women's champion.
yes, now it is Sensational Sherry, right?
Yeah, and also I had no idea that WWF at this time period, or at this point in time, had 10 women on their roster. I had no fucking idea. You would not know this by watching any of the actual pay-per-views and stuff. There are women on their roster, 10 of them.
I mean, 7 months ago at WrestleMania 3, we didn't even have a women's match. So,
No, the women's champion was managing Harley Race for a fake championship.
mm. But so just to start it out, this is quote unquote the heel team.
Yeah.
It is
None of these people wrestled like heels. This was
no,
babyface,
hell
babyface the
no.
whole fucking way through. This was. I actually kind of enjoyed this,
Me
but
too.
we'll get there.
I agree. I agree. I love this match. So the heels, quote unquote, it was Sherry's team. So we have Sensational
Yeah,
Sherry. We have the Glamour Girls, which was
yeah.
Leilani Kai. She was in WrestleMania 1.
She was defending the championship too. She was champion going into WrestleMania 1, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then we had Judy Martin,
Mm-hmm.
as well. They're part of the Glamour Girls. And then we
Yeah.
had Donna Christinella.
I've
And
never heard her name before ever.
me either. And Dawn Marie.
Now I
And
have heard that name before, but it was not this person. I even wrote in my notes Dawn Marie, not that one.
Really? There's multiple Dawn Maries?
Oh man, wait till we get to the Tori Wilson, Dawn Marie, Al Wilson storyline in 2002 WWE. But Dawn Marie was also the name of a girl that would start in ECW, and then she would end up making it over to WWE after ECW closed and all like the invasion stuff happened.
Okay, I got
Not
you.
really a wrestler, just just a hot woman that they hired. There was a lot of those back then.
Yeah. Yeah, 2000s growing up, I mean, that was like just every
Bro, yeah.
other wrestler,
They
every
didn't
other
even give a
female
fuck if
wrestler.
you knew what wrestling was, dude. If you were hot, get on our wrestling show, man.
Yeah, they were like, hey, we need a WWE female wrestler. Here's Kelly Kelly.
Yep. No, when I think wrestling, man, I think Kelly Kelly.
And of course they had Jimmy Hart with them. That was the heel manager.
Yeah,
Um,
manages Sherry.
no, he was managing Dawn Marie.
What?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Sure.
And then next we had the babyface team. Uh,
What a team it is.
Not really. I'm gonna be honest. I hate Fabulous Moolah. I do not like her at all. And she's
I
probably
I mean, I forgot she was on the babyface team honestly because in my head she's just
she's the
default
damn
heel.
captain.
But like I keep going. I'll tell you. I'll tell you when. Dude, there's some people on this babyface team that I'm a huge fan of now.
Me too. And I'm in love with one of them too. And I have to tell you about later.
All right, let's do it. Let's do
All
it. Let's
right.
get
So I
there.
have for the face team we have the Fabulous Moolah.
Uh
Fuck
huh.
you. I hate you. Even though you're
Yep.
a pioneer for women's wrestling. Okay, whatever. We
Mhm.
have Rockin' Robin.
I knew you were gonna order it this way. I knew because we have the same people that we're fans of now. Keep going.
Velvet McIntyre.
Velvet McIntyre.
She lose to
Yeah,
Fabulous
she
Moolah in
lost to
WrestleMania
Leilani
2?
Kai. Oh
Leilani
yeah, no,
Kai.
no, yeah, no.
It was
Sorry,
Moolah in like
that's
30
who she got.
seconds.
It was Moolah at WrestleMania 2. I thought you meant in this match, but like, yeah, it was she jobbed out to Moolah
Yeah,
in
and
like
like
30 seconds.
yeah, awful, awful.
Shameful because holy fuck, we'll get there. We'll get there.
And then we had the Jumping Bomb
The
Angels.
jumping bomb angels, dude.
Dude,
These girls were so cool.
they were awesome. And I their name is kind of you're not going to
Oh,
see
I
that
got
name
you. It's
nowadays.
no, but they also only refer to them as the jumping bomb angels because he says Itsuki every time she comes in, but I don't think he one time ever brings up or says the name for Norio
Norio,
Tateno.
I think Norio.
Yeah, Norio Tateno.
Yeah.
But he definitely says Izuki, or Itsuki, but never calls her by Itsuki Yamazaki.
I'm going to
They
say
always
it.
just say one of the angels.
I'm going to say it now just to get out of the way. I'm in love with Izuki.
Really? Okay, all right.
1987 Izuki. I'm in love with it.
Okay. Dude, I,
Yeah.
I loved the jumping bomb angels. I
I did
loved
some
them. They were
research on
so
them.
good.
Did some research.
Uh-oh.
Izuki retires in 91.
Okay. I thought this was about to be followed by something dark. Like,
No,
uh-oh.
pretty sure they're both still alive. I think they're in their late 50s right now.
Heroes. Legends.
Izuki, if you're listening, I'm in love with you. um, yeah, so we have them. I don't even know where to go with this match, honestly.
Velvet McIntyre has pin combinations for days. And every one of them were awesome.
Yeah, so the first two people to start was Sherry and McIntyre, correct?
I I think so.
Yeah. And then yeah, so basically Sherry and McIntyre they start out the ring. Uh, Also, I'm pretty sure 2 years ago I made or not 2 years ago, but 2 years in this sense, I made a thing that like Moolah was like 60 something years old.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
Now I think she's like 66, 65, and goddamn can she still move. What the hell
Yeah,
is this?
she
How is
she
she
really
doing
can.
that?
She was doing her thing, dude. She was beating the shit out of the entire heel team at one point, and it's always like snapmare, 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 snapmare. Like she just drags everyone by their hair.
It was wild. I oh
She's fucking moving though, man.
a,
She's
f-
going.
a fun fact. Not really a fun fact, but uh, Jesse does make a joke during this match. He's like, "Why don't all these women just shave their heads so we don't have to watch them pull each other's hairs?" Uh, but yeah, but
Also,
okay.
the Glamour Girls are the ladies tag team champions. Not only do we have 10 women on this roster, there are tag champions as well. We have a tag division,
That is crazy.
and we've seen none of it before this. And I'm assuming it was just to give the Glamour Girls and the Jumping Bomb Angels something to fight over. And there probably isn't a long lineage to the WWF Ladies Tag Team Championships before, we get the Women's Tag Team Championships when we do.
Yeah, later on. I just feel like they had to give Leilani Kai a belt.
Yeah.
Uh, no, but I hate. What's weird is like and I'm sorry we're not really talking about the match really
No, keep
much yet,
going.
but
Keep going. But we'll get there.
the team names are Glamour Girls and Jumping Bomb Angels. That is such a huge difference. Like, so they they were from New Japan or whatever it was called then. And they were the tag team champions over there before coming over to WWF. They eventually do win the tag team champions, the women's tag team, and they hold them for like a year and a half. I'm sorry if that's spoiling. I don't know if it's on any card coming up.
Wait, what's happened to? What are you talking
The
about?
Jumping Bomb Angels, they actually win the
Yeah, I see.
WWF tag champions for like a year and a
Yeah,
half or something.
they win them. It says January
89,
24th, 1988, and then they
88.
lose them in June of that year. So they only have them for like 6 months.
Oh, okay. I swear I thought it said like
Oh,
398 days or
dude,
something.
they win them at the fucking Royal Rumble.
The next one? No, no, that's so
Hey,
sad.
but I'm excited to see this tag match though.
Me
That's
too.
cool.
They're fucking awesome. Um,
The first champions were Velvet McIntyre and someone named Princess Victoria.
where the fuck is she?
I don't know, but this even happened before Mania because this is in '83. So by the time WrestleMania came around, Velvet McIntyre actually was champion with Desiree Patterson because Princess Victoria suffered a career-ending neck injury and Desiree Peterson, sorry, took her place.
Jesus,
And
that's
this was
rough.
considered Velvet McIntyre's second reign. All right, so there actually is a few years of history here there's like 6 years of history for the women's tag team championships. Only 5 reigns, and one of them being like picking up from like one of them being left off from a girl getting hurt, and then you have you know Glamour Girls and then Bomb Angel Glamour Girls until it's deactivated. But oh well.
Dude, but fun fact, they really did write off Wendy Richter.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, 100%.
Got rid of her completely. Like, that is awful. Like, I don't know what was the
It
thing?
was a screw job. Remember
Yeah, 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 yeah.
where they had Moolah come in as the spider or something like that and like hold her ass down, and the
After
ref was in
Wendy
on it
and
and all that shit.
Cindy won at WrestleMania 1, yeah. Crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, so basically we have let's just go back to it. We have Sherry and McIntyre. They're the first two to start in the ring. Um, they're fighting, whatever. Moolah comes in, does her 30 seconds of fame, and um, basically just doing whatever Moolah does, which is nothing, even though it's
Like
a
I
lot at
said,
the
it's
same
just snap
time.
mares, man. It's just
Yeah,
she's
pulling
just
hair.
throwing everyone around, dude. Yeah, she's kicking everyone's asses.
And so the first eliminated is someone who we didn't even know before, Donna Christianello.
Yeah,
She was eliminated by
high
Velvet
angle rolling
McIntyre.
clutch pin.
High angle rolling clutch pin. Was that the
Yes, I
maneuver?
think that's what it would be called if it was like on a video game. But she was like seated up on her shoulders or something like that, right? And like rolled forward.
Yeah, yeah, you are right. Yeah. And then after it, so we have
Looked awesome.
so then after that, we have McIntyre. She's still in the ring, of course, and then we have Dawn Marie. She comes in next. Um, was in there briefly for a little bit, and then after that we had Martin and Robin, Rockin' Robin. What'd you think about her?
She was cool. I don't really think she was in here that long though. Like she didn't really get to do too much. She was kind of like the fifth member of her team, really, because Jumping Bomb Angels and Velvet McIntyre looked awesome to me, and Fabulous Moolah is just gonna stick out because name recognition. So
Yeah.
Rockin' Robin was just kind of like left out in the cold. She didn't really get to do much to stick out to me. So hopefully I'll get to see more of Rockin' Robin. But
The only thing that we do see of Rockin' Robin though is she
yeah,
does eliminate Dawn Marie.
yes, with
Dawn
a
Marie's the next
cross
elimination.
body of all moves, cross
Mm.
body.
All right, and then after that, we had Yamasaki. She came in there, fighting Rockin' Robin, and basically they're just duking it out. Whatever. Let's just. And then they get into the heel corner. Rockin' Robin. She is the next eliminated by Sherry, Sensational Sherry. Okay, so Sensational Sherry, a thing of I almost gave her worst outfit. She wore exactly what Danny Davis wore, but the female version of it.
Yes. Okay.
Uh, yeah, it's basically like a singlet with white and black stripes all over it. It was not good at all. Um, oh, the jumping bomb angel, by the way, the one I'm in love with was in the black singlet. Just so you know, in case you ever want to
Yeah.
go back and rewatch it.
Yes. Yes. I remember that. That's what she wore. I don't remember what the other one wore. I just remember that Itsuki wore the black singlet because every time she came in, he would go, "That's Itsuki," but would never say it about the other one.
Also, what I think would have made this match even worse was if they would have done the rules for the next match in this match. So,
Yeah, that
so
might not have been great.
someone from your tag team is eliminated. Both of you are out because that makes
That
sense.
actually, it would have just sped the match up, honestly.
Yeah, because weren't no, they were on separate teams.
We
That's it.
literally end up coming down to both tag teams.
Hmm. So basically, we're just gonna speed through these. I don't think this is a long match at all,
I
but
I really didn't have like a lot of notes I wrote down because I just liked the match for what it was. There's a lot of times where the wrestling looked really fucking awkward, and they were like happy feeding like crazy, so it just looked like they were moving in fast forward.
yeah, because I feel
Um,
like wasn't Rockin' Robin? She was eliminated by just like a suplex or something. It was nothing even that big.
uh,
She like slammed her down, and that was it. One, two, three.
yeah, it was something very simple. I didn't even write down what it was. I did like Sherry though.
Sensational Sherry.
Um,
Yeah, you could tell
there.
that she was the. You could tell that she was the champion. The way she
Oh,
presented and how she fought in the ring. Yeah, you can just tell.
I do think about this match that if you took a shot every time someone did the fucking catapult spot, you probably would be drunk by the end of this match because there were so many of those. Like I think I wrote like 4 or 5 by the time this match was over with.
Well, someone's about to get one right now. Because
Yes.
next in the ring is is the fabulous Moolah, and I'm pretty sure the person who eliminates her is Judy Martin. So I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure
and they have a nice little exchange right there.
they do. But doesn't Julie hit her with the catapult?
Yeah, and that's the second time this match has had that. So I'm pretty sure Sherry did one to Rockin' Robin, and it looked like shit. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong. I know I wrote world's worst monkey flip, and I think I meant catapult.
Yeah. What's a monkey flip? What's the difference?
The monkey flip is the one where they're in the corner and you like run up and jump,
Oh,
where you put
jump
your
on
feet
like
on
their
their
chest,
thighs and
or
your
yeah,
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 and
and
you
you
put
flip
your
them
hand
over
behind
you.
their neck and like roll backwards and flip them. I don't think she did that. I could be wrong though. Judy Martin did hair whip the absolute fuck out of Itsuki at some point. Crazy.
It's probably next, because so Fabulous Moolah's eliminated. Thank God. That's what I wrote. I literally can't stand her. Retire.
Did
And
Did you get the feeling by watching them wrestle that Martin and Moolah might have actually disliked each other?
yeah, yeah. Especially, I mean, Judy was the one to eliminate her. But yeah, I mean, they were. I think they did like a double clothesline. The Glamour Girls
Yeah,
did on
that's
Moolah or something,
exactly what
right?
happened. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, they double clothesline her to eliminate her.
Yeah, they
Judy
were fucking
Martin's
her up.
credited with the elimination because she pinned her, but it was a double team from
Mhm.
Glamour Girls.
Also, at this next elimination, we get our first, or not our first, well, actually, our first botch
Oh, do you think that
referee
was the
call.
first one? Oh, okay, never mind. So you think that was the first botch in this match, dude?
Uh, yeah, I'm trying to remember what happened. I think Leilani Kai hit some type of move on Yamazaki, and the timekeeper rang the bell because he thought it was 1, 2, 3, but it was actually two,
Oh yeah, he rang the bell.
which is horrible. Um, yeah, and then you just have that shot of the referee in the ring, and he's like, "No, no, no, you're still in. Get it? No, no, no." And then they have to be like, "She is not eliminated" or whatever.
Oh yeah, they had to like clear it up. And also, I think is this around just before this, like the audio started to fuck up. Like it started to sound like their headsets were cracking or something. Anyway, like so it was already a mess, production wise. I did write right after that note. What the fuck is happening with the bell?
Um, but after
And then
that,
at some point, man, she gets her down and she has her arms like around her ankles, and I'm thinking they're not seriously about to do another fucking catapult, are they? It was a giant swing. I got worked.
jeez, you ever catapult someone?
No, I haven't. I haven't really been catapulted either. I've seen it get fucked up so many times. I don't think anyone's ever like. I've never wrestled anyone that wanted to do it or tried to do it, and I've never done it myself.
I got you.
Kind of lucked out here because there'd be probably a clip of me fucking it up somewhere. I could
Um,
show you a hilarious catapult fuck up. It's wonderful.
but after that, right after Fabulous Moolah's eliminated, well, not right after, we just talked about the fighting. But Sensational Sherry is out. The two women who just fought over the Women's World Heavyweight Championship are now both out. Both captains are eliminated. This is the first time that we've seen both captains just randomly eliminated in the middle of the match.
Yeah, Velvet got her too.
Yeah, Velvet McIntyre did. Your girl.
Yeah, dude, she was so awesome. She got a really awesome pin out of the corner too. Like what was that? She got two eliminations, right? Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
they were all really cool pinning sequences.
Yeah.
Velvet McIntyre, my favorite 1987 women's wrestler. There you go.
Okay.
You heard it here
Nice.
first. You heard it here first.
Give me Yuzuki.
All right. Hey, that tag team is legit.
Dude, they are. The Jumping Bomb Angels are awesome. Every time they get into the ring, it's always
this
nonstop, constant action.
this 2 out of 3 tag match next show better fucking slap, dude. This shit better be awesome.
It's a 2 out of 3 falls.
It is, by the way.
Let's go, dude.
I thought I thought you might have already seen that part.
No, I did not. You just told me, but I'm excited, dude. I fucking love the Jumping Bomb Angels. Um,
Before Velvet gets taken out, she
yeah.
does another cool fucking roll up, dude. She does like a wheelbarrow sunset flip. That's so cool.
You think they don't wanna push her anymore? You think she must have done something bad in the back or something to not? Because especially after that job that happened at WrestleMania 2, do you think they just not like her
I
or something?
I feel like honestly they don't really give a shit about their women's division.
Okay, they just want Fabulous Moolah
Yeah,
to.
she's probably the one with the political power, and they're like, all right, well, we'll give Moolah the belt to show her the fuck up, and then she can probably do whatever Moolah wants with the women's division. I can't say for sure, but that's probably how it went. Is like you can tell how lackadaisically booked it is. Like we've only seen like 2 or 3 women's matches, and they're always randomly in the card with all of this stuff happening that we're never aware of. Like we haven't been aware of shit. Like we had no idea that Velvet McIntyre's been 2-time technically women's tag champ in that how long the Glamour Girls. We didn't know where there were tag champs
Yeah.
until this show.
Yeah, the only
And
thing that we know
every
really who were the champions was the Glamour Girls, yeah, because they said it, and that
yeah,
Sensational Sherry beat Fabulous Moolah for the championship. That's legit all we know about the titles.
and we don't know shit about how it's happened, what the fallout's been. Like, are the Jumping Bomb Angels even in contention for the Glamour Girls Tag Championships before this Survivor Series match, where they more or less have to be? And like, does Velvet McIntyre gain anything from having pinned 2 people in this Survivor Series match? One of them being the champion. I guess we'll have to.
Probably not.
Has Velvet McIntyre even ever been the women's champion?
Yeah, she lost to Fabulous
Yeah, she
Moolah
was.
in
That's
30
right. That's
seconds.
right. That's right.
Yeah. Botched
Well,
job.
but that was her, you know, having the title though. That was
Yeah. They were just trying to. I think what they do is they just try to get it back in Moolah's hands, so it looks better whenever someone new beats her. Probably sensational Sherry, so Sherry gets her 3 months of fame until Moolah beats her, and then the next person they get to push the next face of the women's division.
Well, she won the belt from Moolah in Australia,
What?
but Moolah regained the title 6 days later.
Are you shitting me? For what reason? For what reason does she
I
need that?
don't to get an easy pop for a title change because they don't give a fuck about the title on the Australian tour, because when you do tours like that, everyone assumes nothing's gonna happen here. We're not gonna see like title changes and stuff. They're not really caring about this show. This is just to get a show done, get some money, and give the local town a nice little WWE experience. But nothing of value is gonna happen, like nothing significant. So they can be like, well, how about the women's title change, because the title isn't actually that important, and Moolah's just gonna put it back on herself 6 fucking days anyway, so she can get a title, a title win somewhere a little nicer than uh this Australian tour.
Yeah. Okay. No, I got you. But yeah, so Velvet
I,
McIntyre, she's eliminated by
yeah,
Leilani Kai.
I think I'm just salty now knowing that Velvet McIntyre is this awesome and was champion for 6 days for it. Velvet McIntyre is forever going to be the women's champion in my heart.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Okay.
it's not even like an attraction thing. I honestly couldn't tell you I can't really describe to you what she looked like.
She
I
was
just
wearing a red singlet. I remember that.
Yeah, and she was like barefoot, like her feet were like wrapped or something.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
But
about all
she
I
was
remember.
fucking cool, and her offense was awesome, and especially when you compare it to everyone else's offense, not only in this match, but like this fucking roster. She was doing some cool shit that like maybe Steamboat could do, but he wasn't doing it. But Velvet McIntyre was, and because of that, she's one of my favorites.
But now we get this cool ass 2-on-2 tag team, the Glamour Girls versus the Jumping Bomb Angels.
Yeah, I
Um,
was really excited to see it come down to this, and not what I expected with Moolah and Sherry. I'm really It's really cool to not see them just immediately go to the we're down to the two captains thing. It's really cool to see them do that because I don't think they really ever did,
mm-mm.
not
Yeah.
in this show at least.
No, they did not. But yeah, so basically it's basically just an awesome ass 2-on-2.
It fucking was, which is why I can't wait now to see this 2 out of 3 falls of the Royal Rumble. But because these guys are these girls were fucking awesome, all
They
four
were.
of them really.
They were. It was just fast tag in, tag out, doing
There was
whatever
another
they can with
catapult
their
too.
teammate. Another catapult. Uh, but eventually, what happens is
Oh man, oh no, you never believe what happens.
what were you gonna say?
Well, Leilani Kai, she goes up top
Yeah.
because she's gonna go for a crossbody. But guess what, man? She misses. But someone else is up top, and she gets hit with a fucking crossbody herself and gets eliminated. I love the crossbody finishes in the '80s. Like you're talking about how many times we've seen the sleeper hold, and like how many times we've seen the guy's hand get dropped up and down. How many times have we seen crossbody finishes or crossbodies missed to or splash or crossbodies missed to get pinned, or just the crossbody or the splash being the pin themselves, or them getting reversed. Like
They're
that has
awesome.
happened so much more than the 10 or so times that we think the sleeper or the arm dropping thing has happened. Like I feel like this happens 4 times a show.
But yeah, Leilani Kai is eliminated. And then next, basically how the next segment works is so they're fighting for a minute, and then Jimmy Hart jumps on the apron. He gets drop kicked to the outside of the ring. He has a hard fall. I just remember
Yeah.
he hit the ground hard, and
Crowd loses it when that happens.
yeah, because you gotta love it. Um, and then the jumping bomb angels. I forgot which one, but one of them jumps over or jumps on the top rope with a clothesline and
I
pins
think it's
Martin,
Nario Tateno.
the goat.
It's actually kind of fucking awesome. Like really nice looking clothesline.
hmm And yeah, the jumping bomb angels they win it for Team Fabulous Moolah.
I can't believe I enjoyed this match as much as I did. Maybe it's because it's the shortest, but I I really did like this match.
Who was
It took a
your
minute to get there, but
who was your most valuable wrestler of the match?
other Velvet McIntyre.
Velvet McIntyre. Okay, and
And
then
then
least.
Donna Christianello because she wasn't there long and she didn't really get a chance to do much. I didn't know who she was then, still don't.
Okay, I went with the Jumping Bomb Angels, but then I put Christianello because
Bro,
she
there
was in it for 3 seconds.
I also really enjoyed the Jumping Bomb Angels. Like I have 3 people now coming out of this match that I'm a much bigger fan of, or am a fan of now. Period. 'Cause now I can think, oh, I'm gonna go watch some Jumping Bomb Angel tag matches. I know they're good, and I'm gonna watch some next week.
Yeah,
So that's cool. And then I don't know if I'll ever get to see Velvet McIntyre again, but what could have been, Velvet? I hope wherever you are, you're very happy because you after
agreed.
your performance in this match alone, let you deserve it. And you deserve to be champion for much longer than 6 days. And as I said, in my heart right now, you're the current women's champion.
Jeez.
Sorry, Liv Morgan.
But yeah, that is it for that match. All right, so then we cut to the interview in the back. They're doing a promo for the next match. We have uh, we have Bobby Heenan.
Every heel manager on the roster right now.
Um, and but what's interrupted by this? We have Jimmy Hart running in with his jacket off because he just got drop kicked,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
he's
he
screaming
just
about
wrestled
being robbed. Both of the dudes, because like I mentioned earlier, he was with the Glamour Girls, the Martin girl from the Glamour Girls. Um, he was basically he's basically 0-2 so far. Both of his main
Yeah.
people were the last eliminated on their team.
Yeah, the
Honky Tonk
heels haven't
Man
had a
and
good
the
night.
Glamour Girls. They have not at all. Yeah, but basically we just had the Hart Foundation team, and which consists of. Okay, I'm gonna try to do my best here. Okay.
All right.
All
You
right.
got this.
So we had the Hart Foundation with
Uh-huh.
Bret Hart and Jim Neidhart. We had the Islanders, first time seeing them. Haku and Tama.
Haku, man. Yes, Haku and Sama.
Is Haku awesome?
Did they have a manager?
They did not. They did not at this point. I don't
Was
think.
Slick wasn't with them?
He might have been. I mean, I think every team had one, so I
Yeah,
think
because
he must have
Fuji
been.
was with Demolition.
Yeah. Which is next? We had Demolition, which is Axe and Smash, AC/DC rejects basically. And then
This by the way is the WWF's answer to NWA's Road Warriors, which is
okay,
Legion
they
of Doom.
eventually do
Yeah.
make it to WWE, right?
And that's when they become like Legion of Doom.
Okay.
But Road Warriors is what they're known as in the NWA right now.
Okay, because I was thinking I thought that was the Road Warriors when I was watching it because I obviously know them more than I would know Axe and Smash.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. There literally were 5 man. Every team has a manager. So I believe Slick is with the Islanders. Johnny Valiant is with the Dream Team. Mr. Fuji is with Demolition. Jimmy Hart is with the Hart Foundation, and then Bobby Heenan is with.
The
Well, is
Bolsheviks.
he? Okay, so maybe yeah. Well, him or Johnny Valiant are either on the Bolsheviks or
I think Johnny Valiant
the
makes more
Dream Team.
sense with the Bolsheviks, and then
You
Bobby
think?
Heenan might be the Dream Team. Yeah.
I suppose. I really.
But yeah,
I'm
after
not sure.
Demolition, we had the Bolsheviks. Thank God, my favorite wrestler,
He's got a new tag partner, but he's still
new
here,
tag
buddy.
partner. You wanna know why he has a new tag partner? I looked up the
Is it
story.
because Iron Sheik is he retired?
No, Iron Sheik and Jim Duggan were driving,
Oh,
and
okay,
Iron
yeah.
Sheik got pulled over,
And
and he had a little
he
bit
had
too much to drink, so he was currently fired from WWE
oh
or
no.
WWF. Yeah, currently at this time he is fired. They didn't fire Hacksaw Jim Duggan because he was a passenger, but Iron Sheik currently is
Well, yeah,
fired.
also, he's American, so
Yeah, yeah, that's it. Yeah, hey, they probably gave Iron Sheik the workaround, or not the workaround, but they
Oh,
were.
bro, I'm sure Iron Sheik was taken care of. He's the fucking
Yeah,
Iron Sheik.
And so yeah, the Bolsheviks, which is now Nikolai Volkov and Boris Zukvo, I think it's how you
Boris
say
Zukov.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. And then the Dream Team with Greg the Hammer and Dino Bravo. Is this our first
Yes.
Dino Bravo?
No, wrestling. He was seconding the dream team of Brutus Beefcake and Greg Valentine last show. But
Gotcha.
remember, Brutus Beefcake left angry and became a babyface and a barber. So that left a spot open on the dream team for Dino Bravo, who I kind of liked in this show. Greg Valentine got to be Greg Valentine again, and I was so happy to see it. That's just a side note, though. Let's keep going.
Also, the trunks on Greg, it says the hammer on the back, and I fucking love that.
I just love Greg Valentine, man.
Me too. He's awesome.
He really
Um,
was.
and then we have the face team. They are being interviewed by Gene Okerlund. Um, okay, how do I preface this without being really upset and angry at
Okay.
a certain person?
Okay. All right.
We cannot escape Tito Santana.
We really can't, dude. How is he here?
He literally had to make a tag team to be in this match. So basically, the heel, because he has to be a heel, Tito Santana is now in a tag team
He's with
called
Rick Martel.
Strike Force with Rick
And they're the
Martel.
tag champion.
He had to make a tag team to be on Survivor Series 7 months later. He has been on every pay-per-view so far for some reason. I don't think he gets a big crowd pop at all.
No, no.
I don't know what they're seeing in Tito Santana. Maybe I have to get you that book and you can read it and tell me about it because I honestly do not know why
Did
he's
you see the
everything.
shot of all the teams or of all the people around the ring waiting for tags?
The the first shot at the beginning?
Yeah, they're all around the ring, dude.
Yeah, I don't know. So yeah, so it's 20 people in the
There are
ring.
20 people in this fucking match.
And in 1987, I'm just so shocked that the ring stood up the whole entire time.
Oh, it held. God damn it, did it hold? For better or worse, it held.
So just like they made apparent in the first or in the match, or just like I made a joke too about in the match before, my bad. The rules of this Survivor Series match is different. So if someone in your tag team gets eliminated, you and that person are out. So for
Yeah.
example, if Axe is pinned, then Axe and Smash are both out. Basically
Yeah.
how it works.
You and your partner get eliminated together.
Also
Like you eliminate one, you get the whole tag team.
before the faces come out, we get to see the Russian national anthem. It's the only
Of
reason why
course.
I'm watching Survivor Series.
Yeah. If
Not to
only the
review it, but to
national
listen to
anthem
that.
would have well, thank God it didn't go on too long cuz this match was not going to give us that courtesy.
Whoa! First of all, we didn't even have a national anthem to open up. Is that just like a
Well,
WrestleMania thing?
it's not WrestleMania, no. It's not the showcase of the Immortals, brothers. This is just what is it? This is just the biggest ever sorry, the biggest event since WrestleMania 3. It's not saying it's a bigger event than WrestleMania 3. It's saying it's just the biggest thing that's happened since then. So no anthem for you. No. Except Russians, they get their anthem.
Thank God. Hey,
Thank God.
Nikolai Volkov, I love you a lot. But yeah, so we get to hear that, and then we're introduced to the heel team. So the heels, I mean not the heel team, but the face team, they
Yeah,
are.
I interrupted you, man. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're good. The face team, they are the Strike Force, like we mentioned earlier, Tito Santana and Rick Martel, the Young Stallions, Paul Roma and Jim Powers, the Fabulous Rojo,
The Fabulous Rougeaus.
Rojos, Jacques
Yeah.
Rougeau and Raymond Rougeau, the Killer Bees, Jim Brunzell and B. Brian Blair. We can't escape those people either. Um, I I cannot stand the Killer Bees too. I gotta say it.
Really? You don't
Um,
like them?
I do not, and especially what they do during this match. I still don't like them.
Oh man. All right then.
And then we had the British Bulldogs, which I like the British Bulldogs. Davey Boy Smith and
Th-
Dynamite Kid.
This was a weird fucking match.
Yeah. Remember when Dynamite Kid interrupted the Russian national anthem, the
Yeah,
Arctos?
remember?
in WrestleMania
Remember when
Classic.
he did that and then like busted his fucking head open to help his team win the tag belts?
Yeah, yeah.
He really took one for the team, man.
So yeah, just to mention again, just so everyone knows, the heels are the Heart team, and then the faces are the Strike Force team.
Yes.
All right. So we start out. My guy Volkov is in the ring against Martel. Um, with every other motherfucking person on the apron.
And this looks like a kid playing with his fucking action figures. This is a mess, dude. A fucking mess. There are times where like, okay, they'll try to wrestle. One guy will get punched and he'll stumble to a random corner where he is tagged in by a random guy from a different tag team. He will come in and he will punch that guy. And he will go stumble to another corner with a random person that will tag him and come. And this happens for like fucking 15 minutes at a time. This happens for so fucking long. In a way, it's cool that everyone gets to do some shit, but in a way, in another way, in a much realer way that lasted 37 goddamn minutes, it went on forever.
This match was 37 minutes.
This match was 37-14.
Oh my god, that is insane.
And later on, the commentary will say things like, oh, you see, they're kind of sticking to their tag partners when they're fucking not at all. Like I've watched let's see, I've watched fucking Brett tag in a random member of Demolition who punched a British Bulldog and he stumbled over to a Killer Bee and he came back and punched that guy who stumbled over to an Islander and he came and hit that guy who stumbled over to fucking Tito Santana. And this happens 50 times. It's so much. But you know what that first pinfall in this match is?
Listen, that first pinfall makes me so mad because I cannot stand Tito Santana. And of course, he would pin the teammate of the greatest WWF wrestler of all time, Nikola Volkov. Boris is eliminated by Tito Santana, first elimination.
After a missed crossbody.
God, it just makes it worse for me.
Wait, no, I got the wrong. I got the elimination order wrong there. No, miss. Oh fuck, I missed. Never mind. No, I'm sorry. I was reading ahead. The missed crossbody is how the Rougeaus get out.
Yeah. Wasn't it Jaquez?
Yeah,
Jaquez?
Jacques. Yeah,
Jacques.
he goes for a crossbody and misses, and
Yeah,
then he
so
gets pinned by Demolition Axe.
mhm.
Sorry, I got so confused there. My bad.
Yep. So next elimination, we can honestly just speed through these because I feel like the first couple eliminations were very fast, and then the rest were like 10 minutes until the next one. Um,
Yeah, they really were. I do want to point out that I missed Tom Zink. I liked him better tagging with Rick Martel than fucking Tito Santana. But that's it.
it was Tom Zink in Strike Force before.
No, he was Can-Am Connection last show with Rick
Oh,
Martel.
okay. Yeah, Tito probably went back because he, social justice warrior Tito
Yeah,
Santana went back
he
there and was
framed Tom
like,
Zink for being a bully or something.
yeah, and was like, Rick, trust me, we don't need him. But yeah, so the Rougeos, they're eliminated by Demolition next. But yeah, so right now we have one heel out and one face out. So we
Yeah,
still have 16 people.
yeah, and 4 fucking minutes later, someone decides to just eliminate themselves. I don't know what Demolition was doing. They just got
Yes.
themselves disqualified. I guess they didn't want to take a pin.
So basically, what was happening was there was some fighting going on, and Smash, um, who was he? I forgot he was fighting in the. I forgot he was fighting on in the ring, but he was beating up on someone. I think the referee told him to quit. He's gonna do the count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or whatever it is, and then literally Smash just throws the referee out of the
Yeah, that's
fucking
what it
way.
was.
He literally
Yeah,
like
and
he
got
pushes him
disqualified.
with his hand, and the referee falls on his back, and now Demolition is out due to disqualification.
Yep. And then somehow, in all of this confusion that lasts 3 minutes, Strikeforce also somehow gets eliminated. I don't know.
Yeah, which thank God. So this is the point of the match where I'm just gonna say my MVP early. Um, it's Jim the Anvil Neidhart.
Really?
He
Okay.
fucking killed this match. Not towards the end, but he kept getting tagged in constantly, and he's a bigger guy than most of the other people that were in this match. Bigger in like stomach size
Fair enough.
than
Yeah.
arm size. Let's just be honest. But
He
yeah,
was good here. I definitely can say that it's probably one of the
and
best showings of Jim Neidhart.
he was also I looked up why he got cut from WWF because I know I
Oh
ask you
boy.
every time, but he was no showing events.
Uh-oh. Yeah, that'll do it. They don't like that. They don't
Yeah.
like when you don't show up.
So yeah, basically the next who is eliminated is Strikeforce, Santana and Martel. They're eliminated by Jim the
Yeah.
Anvil
Uh,
Neidhart.
Tito has like Neidhart. No, he has Brett in a pin. No, he had Neidhart in some pin or something like that, and then Bret Hart breaks it up and somehow it gets like flipped over.
Yeah.
Very anti social justice, man. Very, very much not cool.
Yeah, what makes it
Tito
better is
Santana.
Tito getting pinned. I think
Yeah, yeah.
it just
Fuck
makes it
you.
way
Yeah,
much better.
Tito. Yeah, finally. So 12 minutes in, Tito's finally gone.
Yeah,
All right, now we can enjoy the match. Now, I guess I don't know. I
exactly.
love that. I love the meme of we just picked Tito Santana to hate.
Well, now it's 3-on-3, three tag teams versus three tag teams now.
Yeah. There's still
Cause
so much fucking wrestling left, dude. There's still over 20 minutes of this shit left.
yeah, cause Smash for the heels and Tito or Strike Force for the faces. So yeah, so next, I'm pretty sure the next
Um,
two people are in. It's Valentine and Powers.
yeah, yeah. Valentine gets to be fucking awesome for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, he does. And
Also, no, go ahead.
yeah, and at this point is where I noted the hammer on the ass is the best part about this match.
Awesome. I noted that right here, everybody looks fucking exhausted. They've been wrestling for almost 20 minutes and they've been tagging in and out doing all this wild shit. Everyone is fucking tired. Everyone is out of breath, dude.
Also, during this part of the match, Gorilla Monsoon does make a reference as people have been saying that Bret Hart is one of the best wrestlers on the roster.
Oh, I wonder if they're planning to push this guy anytime soon.
um, yeah, so next we have the British Bulldogs. They are eliminated by the Islanders. So this is the first time we got to see the Islanders in action, like where it was their moment where them two were mostly doing all the fighting.
Yeah, they were
Um,
doing fucking awesome, dude. I really liked them. I loved how the Bulldogs get eliminated by the Samoan headbutt thing. Like he headbutts Haku, but he just falls over. It just like kind of goes down
yeah,
and
because
gets
he
that thrust
drags him
kick.
over there and headbutts him, right? He like
Yeah, and it,
pushes
it
head to him.
backfires because Samoans' heads are harder than the normal average person's head, and then he gets a fucking thrust kick straight to his face. I thought that was pretty neat. I wish it had been maybe like, I don't know, the Young Stallions or the Killer Bees that had this happen to them. Maybe not the fucking cool British Bulldog, like big
Hmm.
babyface tag team.
Yeah, and you can't
Maybe
tell
one of
me
your.
the Killer Bees were more over than the Bulldogs at this point. I mean, the British
I don't
Bulldogs are
understand.
fucking awesome.
But this is part of what I'm talking about. Is like this match was booked weird. Like, why are the tag champs already gone, and why are the fucking British Bulldogs next? Why do
Mhm.
the Young Stallions and Killer Bees have to bring it home? Like, why? Why? What the fuck is going on? What?
Um,
Like, are they planning to push the Young Stallions and the Killer Bees after this? I guess
al-
we'll have to see, right? But
Also, they made apparent every time the Islanders did a drop kick, they overset it on the announcing table. They I think Jesse brought it up every time they would do a drop kick, and they'd be like, "Oh, why can't you do that drop kick?" Or I bet you did some drop kicks in your days. I just love their banter between each other.
yeah, they're you can tell they're having fun, just being trolls to each other and
This is like late 2000s where Michael Cole is obviously like the heel commentator and Jerry's like the face commentator.
oh, in like 2012 or like 2011,
Yeah, where
the
Michael
coal
Cole is
mine.
always going for the bad guy, and
Yeah,
Jerry's also always just like, oh, blah blah blah. Yeah, I fucking love him. But yeah, so the British Bulldogs, they are eliminated by the Islanders next. Um,
this is also where I point out that literally as they're talking about how teams only tag in each other, they're tagging in and out the people that are not on their tag team. As a matter of fact, this is such an inaccurate statement. On the apron, who are the heels left? We have Dream Team, Heart Foundation, and Islanders.
yes.
They're not standing in the formation of Brett and Neidhart, and then the one guy whose friend is in the ring, and then the Islanders. Like it's literally Brett, Jim the Anvil, Neidhart. Or sorry, no, it's literally like Brett, um, fucking Greg the Hammer Valentine, and then Neidhart's on the other side. One of the Islanders is in the ring, and then the other Islanders hanging out next to Jim Neidhart, and on the other side of him is Dino Bravo. Like they're literally all intermingling, having a good time, while the commentators are talking about how they're not doing that. What the fuck is happening?
um, what do you think they're saying? Are they being like, all right, it's been 3 minutes in here. I gotta take a break. Someone else get in. Are they
Yeah, someone
constantly
else
doing
kick his
that?
ass. It's just the idea of a tag match is when you've cut the ring in half and beat the fuck out of your opponent, but like you don't let him get back to his team, but you're making quick tags in and out to your people. So you come in, use a little bit of energy to beat the motherfucker, tag out, catch your breath. So like the idea is tagging out quickly keeps everybody fresh and lets everyone catch their breath. Whereas this one babyface is now getting his shit stomped in. Tag matches are very formulaic, very like psychology oriented, much more so than like a typical one-on-one match.
Yeah,
But
I
you
love a good
tell
hot
that to
tag.
tell that to these 20 motherfuckers because I don't know what the fuck psychology was going here. Like this was fucking. Honestly, this is probably the most realistic match, and this is probably what would happen if you just put 20 people out there and told them to have a wrestling match with like no real structure or direction, and just telling them who's got to win and how to eliminate people, like who is getting eliminated. Because this was like just 20 people trying to get to the next thing and get this shit over with, but taking for goddamn ever to do so because they had to
Mm.
wrestle for fucking minutes at a time in there, dude. Like we just saw Dynamite Kid get eliminated at 1957. Like 4 minutes later is when the next one comes, and then after that another 6 minutes, and after that another 7 minutes. Like,
You
this
think
takes for...
watching this match on 2 times speed would help it?
I don't know. Um, I'm not willing to try though.
34 minutes. What is that? So it'd be 17 minutes for the if you watch it on 2 times speed. Hey, 17-minute match for 20 people. That might be better.
I don't know if I could keep up with this. I think I'd have a seizure watching this at 2 times speed because there's so many colors moving back and forth so quickly.
But next, one of the big things I wrote in the next part, Valentine went for the figure four the leg
Yeah,
lock. But of course it
I,
doesn't work for him.
I love how he falls face first out of it when it doesn't work.
Yeah. And then uh Paul gets tagged in and does a sunset flip off the top rope and eliminates him.
Yeah, nice little showing for Greg Valentine. I was happy to see him back. Dino Bravo was pretty cool for the little bit that he was in there too, but I was just so happy to see Greg Valentine back on my screen doing cool ass heel shit.
So yeah, now we have two teams on two teams. We have the Hearts and the Islanders versus the Killer Bees and who was the other one?
Oh, Young Stallions.
Young Stallions. Okay, got it.
So at this point, Brett is across the ring from one of them, and I'm not sure. And they look like they are about to lock up. And I think to myself, if these motherfuckers lock up 30 minutes into this match, they don't though. Bret Hart's fucking with me.
Dude,
And I don't know what the fuck he does that gets pinned, but it was weird.
Brett was killing it right here though. This was another instance where I don't think the Islanders, or maybe they were, maybe they started this next section off, but it was literally just the Hearts. The Hearts were the reason that they got eliminated. Um,
Yeah. And then now the Islanders have to completely beat the fuck out of Jim Brunzell and not let him get to the other team.
yeah, because so basically what happens is Tama drop kicks Brunzell while Hart had Brunzell in his arms, And then so
Hmm.
basically Bret Hart falls on top of him, but Brunzell does like a backflip sort of on the ground and actually pins. So when the referee turns around, to tell Tama to get out, that's whenever Brunzell is pinning Hart and he turns around. And it's 1, 2, 3, and now the Harts are
Yeah, yeah,
eliminated. Jim is just standing on the apron, just watching his friend, his brother, get pinned.
yeah. Because I guess you're not allowed to help your team. I don't know why the heels who they never waste any opportunity to cheat or do something dirty are like, I can't get in there to stop the pin.
Yeah, they should be the first people in there. But yeah, so now we have the Bretts are eliminated by the Killer Bees, unfortunately, or the Bretts. The Hearts are eliminated by the Killer Bees.
The Brett Foundation.
I just hate that the Killer Bees eliminated the Hearts.
Not
That's
only
so
did the Killer Bees
stupid.
eliminate Bret Hart.
Yeah, so what's left is the Islanders versus the Killer Bees and the Young Stallions. Ah, dude, this is an awful finish.
I hated this. This gimmick is so stupid. I feel like at the time it would take for you to put a mask on, you could have just hopped up and actually tagged your fucking partner.
Yeah, so uh they did the double noggin rocker, by the way. Brunzell hits both or uses both the Islanders to do it. I know
Yeah,
they
because if you hit their heads together, it will hurt because they're both hard headed. I guess.
And then just like you mentioned, one of the Killer Bees jumps out of the ring. They do this thing where you can't tell who the Killer Bee is,
Oh.
essentially like the Bella Twins do, or what they
Yeah,
did in the
except
2010s.
except not as fucking believable and sensible because why would the ref just the Killer Bee put a mask on? Let me go ahead and count this pinfall.
Oh, is this
Like why
Jim
would the ref?
Brunzell?
Yeah. But I guess during the process of getting his ass kicked, Jim Brunzell put a mask on.
Yeah, because that
Like
makes
what the
sense.
fuck?
Yeah,
This
without.
is so stupid. At least the Bellas look alike.
Yeah, well then they did. Now there's a big difference, if you
Yeah.
know what I'm
Well,
saying.
now, but I mean, I don't know if they did in '87. I mean.
But yeah, they put mask on, they switch. So the more the or Brunzell would be in, and Pin Tama 1, 2, 3 wasn't even the legal man, whatever. Um,
I just I don't get why the Killer Bees and the Young Stallions had to survive this. Like, why not your tag champs? I guess you could argue that Heart Foundation pinning Santana was like their justification for getting a title shot down the line. But why not just have if you're gonna have two teams do this, why not it be the two that are actually fucking over? Like no one gives a fuck about the Killer Bees, the Young Stallions, but Dynamite Kid, Davy Boy, the British Bulldogs, and I guess your fucking tag champs are. Why aren't they surviving? Like, I don't even think this builds to anything because it's not like a push is gonna come out of this for the Killer Bees. Who are the Young Stallions? It's Paul Roma and who?
it is
Jim
Jim.
Powers. I don't even fucking remember who they are. But yeah, let's
Yeah.
have them as the survivors, I guess. I'm really critical now. Like 80s wrestling luster has worn the fuck off. Like this shit is rusted now, dude. I cannot wait to get to the Attitude Era.
Also, did you notice that? So B. Brian Blair, to make it worse. So after Brunzell puts the mask on, after the match, Blair also has a mask on just to act like, oh, we had him on the whole time.
Oh man, yeah, this is what we do. We both put masks on. Oh man.
It was
What the
so stupid.
fuck, dude? What the fuck? I hated this, dude. This was way too long. You could maybe say there were some redeeming things here and there, like some of the spots for eliminations were cool, but 37 minutes of this, dude. This was way too long and way too cluttered and a clusterfuck and just confusing. It was booked so fucking weird. I know I'm not like there in the moment to be like, oh, that makes sense because this happened here and this happened here. Looking back on this with 2024 eyes and never really following this time period, this is fucking strange. Like it literally felt like they randomized and rolled dice to see who the hell was gonna pin who. Like this was crazy.
3-on-3 would have been way better. 3 teams on
Why not
Disney.
just do that, and then we can get rid of the Killer Bees and the Young Stallions, because then we can just do like the Fabulous Rougeaus and the Bulldogs
And
and Strike
Strike
Force,
Force
and
versus
you can get rid of. Actually, I like all the
Demolition.
heels. Honestly, I like all the heel teams.
Hell no, get rid of Demolition. You keep the Bolsheviks, the Hearts,
But
and
they're pushing Demolition though. They might not be like big right now, but they're pushing Demolition. Demolition's gonna be a problem in the future.
okay.
But you don't need the Dream Team here. You don't need the Islanders here. You could have done this with the Bolsheviks to get the anthem in and take the quick pin. Like you did, I don't know. It just seemed like it was just too much. Like I would have even taken just 4-on-4 for the teams, because even then that takes off like 14, 15 minutes of this shit. That'd have
Yeah,
been a little more
and like
digestible.
800 pounds from the ring, from your ring
Yeah,
almost collapsing.
yeah, and also 2 fucking pinfalls that I had to sit through, but the time between pin number 6 and pin number 8 was ridiculous. It went from 23:39 to 37:14.
All right, so who was your MVP?
I don't fucking know, man. I guess Greg Valentine, just because I liked watching him the most when he was in there. LVP is a fucking 19-way tie for the other guys. Like, I did not like watching this match, dude. I guess Boris Zukov, because he was gone in a minute and a half or so, and like he didn't really get to do much. He was just there so Nikolai Volkov could sing the anthem and then get the cheap pop of them shutting up the foreigners. But he didn't really get to do anything. Sucks for him. Uh, but honestly, it kind of makes me like him more because he got the fuck out of the way soon. Honestly, let's give it to fucking Demolition for LVP, because they didn't really fucking do much and they're intimidating as shit. And I know that they're being pushed heavily and that's why they got DQ'd 10 minutes in, but they added nothing to the match, and then their disqualification looked fucking dumb and out of place. Like, why are they here? Like, what if they didn't care to win the Survivor Series match? Why are they in it? If it didn't bother them that they got eliminated, then why are they even bothering being on this team to begin with?
Maybe it was like this. Maybe it was they showed that rule breakdown and they're like, here's the 5 rules, because 5 looks better than 4 rules because you have to have referee discretion.
Yeah,
So
you
they
have to have
had to
that. Yeah,
have a moment where the referees had to make a decision to disqualify a team.
yeah, but that's just getting disqualified though. The ref's discretion would have
Yeah.
been like he's unable to continue or something like that, and I don't think they ever did that.
Nah, they didn't. So my MVP, I said it earlier, it was Jim Neidhart. I just thought he was fucking
Okay,
electric in this.
I like that though. That's who you picked though. I definitely can't say you're wrong. He's a very strong case,
And then my
especially for this
LVP
match.
was Strike Force.
Yeah,
More
both of
importantly,
them.
Tito Santana. Because, okay, let me just riff here for a
I
second.
thought about giving it to him just for the meme, but Smash and Axe, like Demolition, did fucking nothing of any consequence in this match for me,
Just like I
except
said,
eliminate Jacques Rougeau after he failed to hit a fucking crossbody. So he basically eliminated himself.
just like I said at the start of it, Tito Santana is only here because he wanted to make a team just to feel involved in Survivor Series.
And they got him a tag belt, dude.
Yeah, Tito Santana. I don't know why you're picking them as your team captains. Whatever. The British Bulldogs are there, just stealing their
Well,
thunder.
they have the belts, is why.
Yeah, but they're so lame. I hate them. God, I hate
Yeah,
Tito Santana.
you're not the only one that thinks that, because they weren't even booked to win the match themselves.
Tito Santana's on my hatred the same as Fabulous Moolah. They're my 1 and 2 most hated wrestlers right now.
I do understand why they made sure to leave more than just one person surviving in every match. I do understand why they did that. Um,
Why is that?
it, well, because you want to have Andre as your first ever sole survivor.
Okay, that makes sense.
So you got to have the fucking young stallions and survive with the Killer Beast. But I still argue why you don't just do that with the Strike Force. You know, your actual tag team champions. And then honestly, when any other team, like, of course the Jumping Bomb Angels are going to be able to, like, get the other Glamour Girl when they get one of them, because they're a team. Why wouldn't they be able to beat the other one alone? And then when you're left alone with Randy Savage, Jake Roberts, and Ricky Steamboat, you're probably going to fucking lose too.
Yeah. No, you're right on that one.
They all make sense, but I see why it was done the way it did in terms of only being one sole survivor on the show. But I really just can't stress enough how it makes no sense to me that Killer Bees and Young Stallions are your survivors here. I also just hated this match like so much. This was the worst 37 minutes in the entire podcast. I'm gonna admit right now that this is the first show in the history of us doing this. Granted, it's not long, but it's the first show that I had to do in 2 sittings. Because
Okay.
I fell asleep on the last 5 minutes of that tag match, dude. I had to like rewind it and watch again. And then the reason it took me so long to get ready today is because I had to watch the main event when I got into the office today.
Oh, okay. No worries.
So the main event's kind of fresh in my memory.
So, okay. Uh, next we see Ted DiBiase. You care if I take the next few minutes?
Was fucking awesome. Please, dude. This is the best part of the show. This is the best part of the show.
I could not agree more with you. Setting up
This was incredible.
setting up Ted DiBiase. I mean, they've probably been doing it for months now, but holy fuck, is he not just like, I'm the baddest motherfucker here. I'm just richer, you're poor, and I just don't give a shit about you.
Yeah, get fucked, loser.
So basically, the question is asked before the promo. How do you think Ted DiBiase's spending his Thanksgiving? Well, thank you for asking, Jesse Ventura, because right now Ted DiBiase is driving around in one of his mini toy cars that he has, as he calls them, one of his mini
He doesn't
toys.
have to get a car from a giveaway. He could just buy one.
Yeah, you know that Rolls Royce that they gave away? He has 5 of them.
Yeah. He
Uh,
has a Silver Cloud 5.
basically, he's just riding around at first, counting his money. He's reminiscing about all the times that he was messing with people his last TV appearance. And do you want to know what he made these people do, Cameron?
I know what he did, but I want you to tell me what he did.
Also, just want to put out Virgil's there with him.
Oh yeah, of course. Virgil has to be. Now, I want you to know do you know why his name is Virgil?
Why is his name Virgil?
Because right now the booker for the opposite show, NWA, is Virgil Runnels, who's known as Dusty Rhodes. But his he is named Virgil just strictly because the booker of the other show's real name is Virgil.
Are you kidding
And
me? That's crazy.
yeah, and when Virgil goes to WCW later on, in WCW his name is Vincent.
Jesus Christ. But yeah, so basically, what is Ted DiBiase doing at his last show that he was at?
Brother.
He's challenging women and children to do various tasks for money because they're poor, and he has all the money. So we start out. We, we start out. We have a kid doing. He says,
They're
if
like
you do 10 push-ups,
in push-ups is what it was. In push-ups, yeah.
I'll give you $100. The
Oh
kid goes
shit.
down. He does about 7 of them. Can't do 8. So he said, sorry. Doesn't get.
Guess you don't win my money.
And then next, he gets another kid.
This one's iconic, man. This one is iconic.
He said, if you dribble this basketball 15
Oh my
times,
god.
I'll give you $400. So the kid starts dribbling, gets through 10, 11 dribble, 12 dribble, 13 dribble, foot up in the air, kicks the ball away.
Ah.
And he makes such a racist comment.
Yeah.
Do you remember what he says? I
don't honestly.
He says, just by the way you look, I know you need this money more than anyone.
Jesus Christ. Dude, I feel like they didn't tell the kid that he was gonna do that.
No, because he was bawling to his mom.
That kid looked fucking heartbroken.
Also, when the kid is walking away and he's hugging his mom, they show that scene. Ted says, when you don't do the job right, you don't get paid.
Oh fuck yeah, that's right.
Next, we have Ted, and there's a
Here
woman.
it gets crazy.
There's a woman in front of him on all fours. And he says, "Bark for me."
Woof, woof,
So, so the
woof.
woman wolfs,
It's the
and
most disheartening woof ever.
he looks at Virgil, and he says, "What do you think?" And they both shake their head no.
To be fair, this dog impression was terrible. It
It
was
was
shit.
awful. It was awful.
I saw better work in that fucking tag match.
um, next, he's in the ring after a match, I assume.
After one of my many wins.
He has a guy in the ring with him. His shoes are off. Ted's is, not the guy's.
Yeah. Well, a shoe was off.
Yeah, a shoe is off. He tells him, kiss his feet for money. And you know what the kid does?
He kisses his fucking feet.
Kisses his feet, but he didn't do it
Except,
right.
yeah, he didn't do it right, so he doesn't get money.
Doesn't get money. So at this point, this is where
I love
Ted.
the next one.
This is where Ted. First he's back at his home, and he's saying, "I don't
He's
eat."
getting like a 7-course meal.
Yeah, he's like, "I don't eat that turkey that you common folk eat." He's eating like venison or something.
Oh my god.
So next we see him in the car. He's driving a convertible. Also, the camera angles in the car, gotta admit, they were amazing.
Yeah, this is like one of the best car scenes I've ever seen in a wrestling promo. This is
Dude, it was
incredible.
fucking awesome. So now we
The
have
production
Ted.
was stellar.
Yeah, I don't know how they were recording it, to be honest, especially in '87. I mean, that shit was crazy. So we have Ted.
Oh my god.
He's in the car. He's driving. He wants to go swimming, of course.
Yeah, yeah, but not with all the regular people, not with the common folk.
So he goes up to the counter at this swimming place. He goes, "How much to make all those people get out
Oh
of the
my
pool?"
god.
And the guy at the counter goes, "Oh, they're taxpayers. I can't do that." And he
Yeah,
goes,
try so
"Virgil,
hard to take the high road here, man.
Virgil." And then Virgil's counting him $200. He's like, "No, man, I can't." He was like, "I bet you can come up with something to get them out of that pool." Virgil. And Virgil starts handing him the money, gives him $200 more. He goes, "Okay, I got you."
The
He
chlorine count's too high, man. You got to get him
walks
out of there.
over. The chlorine counts too high. All the people are so sad getting out.
Oh my god.
But I don't remember. There's not a scene of Ted in the pool at all.
No, he didn't actually want to swim. He just wanted to go to the pool.
And
Maybe Virgil swimming.
probably, yeah. And so basically, he kicked out all these people for nothing, just so he can have the whole pool to himself. Uh, and, and then it ends.
Yeah.
Uh, the
Uh,
greatest storytelling
I
promo
I
that we
swear to
can.
God, dude, I wrote good luck fucking topping this on anything. Like whether it's a promo, a match, good luck topping this shit. This was incredible.
It was our first time seeing Ted on the screen, and he did not disappoint at all.
Fuck no, he didn't. This is my favorite part of the whole show.
Dude, it painted him as villain number one so well.
It really did. It really did. Like if there's ever any inkling of who the next top heel should be, it is Ted DiBiase.
Yeah, I
This
can't.
guy, this promo was amazing.
Yeah,
I can't believe how great this was.
I cannot wait for him in main events. It's gonna be awesome. So next we kick it back to the ring. We have a
Oh yeah, we got to
disgusted
go back to fucking wrestling now.
Gorilla Monsoon, and Jesse's just like, "Oh, he just wanted to swim." Blah blah blah. And this is where they bring up the fact that I mentioned to you earlier. You said it was kayfabe, was that the every 30 days the title has to be at least defended. That's where I got it from. Was from them two talking about it.
Okay.
Um, but yeah,
Did
so
they mention anything about this? Like, I guess he's been defending it like on
yeah,
Saturday Night Main Event and stuff like that.
yeah, because they were talking. Yeah, they were talking about Hogan, of course, and they were saying, I think Gorilla or Jesse or no, Gorilla was like, of course he's defended it. You know, the rule is that every 30 days you have to have at least one title defense, and Jesse's like, but it should be Andre's belt. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, Andre should be having to defend it every 30 days or whatever.
Yeah, I don't think Andre could do that. Uh,
No, not
so
unless it's a fucking battle royal.
But pre-match, we finally get the Hogan promo. Finally. And he's saying everybody's hungry. I'm Hulk Hogan. He sorry, excuse me, couldn't stop saying he.
Hey, I've done it myself today, so
He is the reason why everyone's there. He actually beat Andre the Giant. Andre did not beat him. And there's a part in the promo where I mentioned earlier, he's like, "Go around, ask them how hungry they are." Blah blah blah. And then Gene literally holds the mic up to everyone, and it's just like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." All right. So
they're hungry,
first,
man.
first we get out to the ring. We get the heel team. All right. The
All
heel
right,
team that consists of Rick Rude,
ravishing Rick Rude, I believe.
ravishing Rick Rude, my bad.
No, no, I
King
just didn't know if he
Kong
was ravishing
Bundy,
it.
a fan
The
favorite here.
natural, the natural Butch Reed, right? Is that his name?
Natural Butch Reed, yeah. We have our first appearance of One
Oh
Man
man,
Gang
hell yes.
and their captain, Andre the Giant.
I like full tilt heel Andre the Giant. I liked his promos a lot more now. I think he looks more like demanding as a heel. I think he looks more like a giant because as a heel he like stands taller, he stands more menacing, and he looks bigger like than the, walking around looking happy and shit. I also think he looks better in the singlet than the tights or than the trunks. I mean,
Okay. Yeah,
I am a big fan of heel Andre here. I like this so much better.
23-year-old Landon is terrified of Andre.
He's an intimidating dude, man.
Yeah, and so their captain, Andre, for the heel team. And then out comes the face team. I should have mentioned them earlier,
It's
but
all
we'll
right. We're
we'll
doing that
do it
now.
now. Bam Bam Bigelow, our first appearance of him. He's fucking
What an
awesome.
appearance it was, man. I'm about to say, what an appearance it was, dude. Bam Bam was so good.
We get I think I might have said his name wrong. Ken Partera?
Ken Patera.
Patera. T before R. Paul Orndorff. Don Morocco, who is now
He's
face.
he's now a babyface.
And their captain, Hulk Hogan. The man, the myth, the legend, the real American. Um, yeah, and no one really gets their theme song besides Hogan. He comes out with the American flag, because
I I didn't know to. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
there's that thing where I'm pretty sure Andre is from France, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yes. Yeah.
All right, what were we gonna say?
Um, there's a babyface manager on this team, and it's so strange to me that a babyface manager
Oh, what is his name?
not
Like
named Cindy
Oliver or
Lauper
something?
or Oliver Humperdinck.
Humperdinck.
Like, just a babyface manager that isn't a celebrity attached to somebody for some free, uh, you know, some free clout. Because
Yeah,
it's
that
not
is
it's not
weird.
Cindy Lauper or Alice Cooper or Ozzy Osbourne. It's fucking Oliver Humperdinck, who I've never heard of or seen in my life. It's just weird to me that a babyface manager existing in this time period. Like, I just wonder if he was a heel manager and his client was turned babyface and something, and he just kind of stuck that way, or if he's just been a babyface manager. It's just strange to me because it's not really something you see a lot. Like, you see Mr. Fuji, Slick, Jimmy Hart, Johnny Valiant, Bobby Heenan, and then we had Freddie Blassie before, but not until now have we seen a babyface manager, like whose job is to manage.
You know what would have made the heel team better? Instead of Butch Reed, you had George the Animal just to make him thicker. Just to make that team really huge, if you know what I'm
Well,
saying.
George Steele isn't going to be a heel though.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you're right. I wonder how him and Elizabeth and Macho Man are doing at this time.
I
They're all
feel
cool
like
with each
they've
other?
I feel like they probably buried the hatchet.
Yeah.
Also, I don't even know if George Steele's still around.
Oh, yikes. Sorry,
I
George
mean,
Steele.
I don't mean as in like he died by now or something. I don't know. He
I mean, he was
might. I
old,
don't.
but I mean, yeah, I wouldn't imagine he's wrestling too much longer after WrestleMania 2 or
I don't.
whatever we saw
Yeah,
him
I
in.
don't think he like stuck around and wrestled much longer after WrestleMania 3.
But yeah, to start the match, we have Paul Orndorff against Rick Rude. Wasn't there a time on this podcast where you liked Paul Orndorff?
I still do. I do like Paul Orndorff very much. I think he was just as good here as he's been in any other segment. He sticks out in every segment he's in as just a very good, just all around wrestler. Like I think he has some of the best strikes, period, that we've seen in the history of this. Like us watching this shit. And every time I see him, I'm really impressed with him. I think he does so well. He's just a very good wrestler. Him and Greg Valentine have never let me down.
Paul Orndorff is still currently Hulk Hogan's best friend, right?
He is. Yes, he is. I'm sure.
Gotcha.
They're blood, brother. They are blood.
But we started off with our first elimination. The right person to eliminate here, honestly.
Oh my god, yeah. They just basically beat like they beat Rick Rude's ass until he tags out to Butch Reed, and Butch Reed's like, "Hey, kick my ass instead," and then they do until Hogan leg drops him.
Butch Reed got a win over Coco Beware in WrestleMania 3.
And this is how this is what he got out of it. Is he got to be on the card for Survivor Series, and Coco Beware was not.
Yeah. That was the initiation for the heel team. And Coco lost it. Um, but yeah, Hogan hit a leg drop on Reed to eliminate him. And then that's whenever we get a Hogan and Andre stare down in the ring.
Yeah, and how awkward was this?
Yeah, whenever Hogan eliminated Reed, he went around high-fiving his teammates, which then the referee points out that, hey, buddy, you're not in the match. It's
And then
actually
Ken Patera,
Ken
instead of being
Patera.
like, "Hey man, I'll just tag you back in and you can fight Andre," instead Ken Patera is like, "I'm gonna do it," and that didn't really pan out for him that well. Like, why did he feel the need to do that? Why did he not let Hogan? Like, did he really want to fight Andre that bad that he wouldn't let Hogan do it?
Yeah. But what's funny is like Andre doesn't even stay in the ring. Andre's the most
No, he tags
laziest.
out to Bundy, who's small as fuck compared to him, which is so weird.
Yeah, I love how every time Andre's in the ring, they're like, look at the referee compared to Andre the Giant.
Yeah, to distract you from the fact that Bundy and One Man Gang also looks small next to Andre the Giant.
Yeah, for real.
Because they start beating Bundy's ass.
Mm-hmm. Um, they do. And finally, what happens?
Well, eventually he gets the One Man Gang, who
Yeah.
every time he hits the corner, the ring legitimately shifts over. Like the ring damn near explodes every time One Man Gang hits a corner.
I'm surprised we didn't see like a dip in the ring on the heel side. Because it's over 1,000 pounds. It's over a
Yeah,
ton.
there's some massive dudes over there. Hey, it's at this point I noticed that Paul Orndorff has the best trunks I've ever seen. It says Mister and then number one, like hashtag one dirtful.
On his ass?
Yes, it was they're probably the best tights or the trunks I mean that I've ever seen. It's literally just Mister like what I don't know what did they call it before hashtag? I don't remember.
Pound sign?
Yeah, sure. Number one is what it's supposed to look. Yeah, number one dirtful.
Dude, that's pretty cool. I like that.
Oh, I thought it was great. I thought it was awesome. The best trunks I've ever seen. And I don't know why I wrote that there because they just the literal next note is the weird double clothesline where one man gang pins Ken Patera.
Yeah, just like you mentioned, Ken Patera is the next eliminated by one man gang. Uh,
Ken Patera looked pretty cool. He looked good, I guess.
yeah.
I think he's an Olympian. I think that's his whole thing.
Yeah. Because he wore like an American singlet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, this won't be the last Olympian to pop up.
um, Also, we got to point out they kept calling Don Morocco the Rock in the ring. So did
Yeah,
Dwayne
he's
Johnson
The
steal the
Rock.
Rock from Morocco?
I don't know. I don't think so. I'm pretty sure it came from the whole Rocky thing. But they did. He was Don the Rock Morocco for like they kept saying that throughout the whole match, and I remember that being like one of his nicknames. I miss the days of Magnificent Don Morocco, man.
Yeah, with Mr. Fuji.
That was who he
Um,
was with.
So basically, after Hogan jumps in, because he's like, God damn it, boys.
I know. I gotta come in and do fucking everything because I'm
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan.
Um, but basically, this is just Hogan and Bam to start it out. I'm pretty sure they keep tagging in and out, and then Rick Rude he finally gets his moment in the match. Um, pretty sure it was like a elbow smash, and then he like did an elbow drop on him. And then the wasn't it the roll up of death or something?
I I'm not sure. You talking about how Rick Rude gets out?
No, how he pins Paul Orndorff.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I'm
Oh
pretty.
yeah, it was like um he awkwardly gets hit and then Rude just pins him.
Mm-hmm. And then yeah, so Orndorff unfortunately eliminated by Rick Rude. So sad to see. Hogan's best mate is out.
hmm
Um, and then honestly, the next segment did not last a long time.
No, they
Bam
just come in
comes,
and beat his ass and
yeah, Bam comes in, and then Hogan comes in. He starts beating the shit out of him, and then Morocco hit or tags himself in, and then hits him with a slam, and then Bam, Rick Rude's out just like that. I'm pretty sure it was like 30 seconds.
yeah, Paul Orndorff went out at 10:25 and Rick Rude went out at 11:20.
Jesus, that's almost less than a minute.
Yeah, it's like 55 seconds, I think. It's like just right there.
But now we're on a 3-on-3. It's Morocco, Bam Bam, and Hogan versus One Man Gang, King Kong Bundy, and Andre the Giant.
Yeah, Andre.
Which
Yeah,
is
Andre
what's crazy
fucking
right
Giant.
now. They literally have the six biggest dudes left in the
Well,
match.
yeah, yeah, of course. That makes sense.
Meat on meat. That's what they were going for right here.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's a it's a land of the giants for sure. It's the Muscle Man show. Not even muscle, just be fucking big. Just have mass. Just be big.
Yeah, just have a lot of beef on you. Yeah. So after that, after Rick Rude is eliminated, the next one to be pinned is Don Morocco. He was eliminated by One Man Gang. One Man
Yeah.
Gang really making a name for himself right here.
Oh yeah. He got two eliminations in this match. One man gang. He gets him with a splash, but it's after like Morocco runs into an Andre headbutt.
Yeah, does he bring him over to him or does he run over there? How does that
I
happen? I
don't
don't remember.
I don't remember. I think he was just over in the corner, like Andre grabbed him and just headbutted him,
Oh, okay.
and he just falls and gets splashed by one man gang because splashes work in '87.
Hmm. And then here's where we get the moment where it's three heels, Andre, King Kong, and one man versus Bam Bam and Hulk Hogan. Um, also
I will
during
say, oh,
oh,
good.
dude,
I was just gonna say that it is really cool to actually get to see King Kong Bundy really wrestle. Because in the first WrestleMania, he squashed dude like SD Jones in like 9 seconds, and then last show it was him and the little people, and it was really fucking cringy. But now he's actually getting to wrestle and do shit, and it's really cool to see. He's actually kind of quick and kind of knows what he's doing, and he's pretty good.
yeah,
It was really nice to
especially
see.
from going from the main event in WrestleMania 2
Yeah, to
to
whatever the
to that
fuck he
three
was
on three
given. Yeah,
with Hillbilly Jim. Was that his name? Did I remember that?
yeah, and like Lord Littlebrook and Little Beaver and Haiti Kid and
So after this, I'm pretty sure Andre gets in and he starts beating the shit out of like Bam. They have like the Andre one man and King Kong. They literally just keep beating the shit out of Bam Bam. And dude,
hmm
Bam does the hot tag on Andre to get Andre in, or not Andre, but Hogan to get Andre or to get Hogan in on Andre.
yeah.
And dude, that lit me up. That got me into the match.
Yeah, we get a fucking crazy exchange with Hogan and Andre. They started like beating the shit out of each other.
Yeah, in the corner, Andre would hit him, and then or there was
We
at
were
one point where
chopping.
Andre tried to choke him out, and
Yeah,
Hulk
Hogan
Hogan
just
just
chokes
used
him
his strength. Yeah, and then they
back.
Andre just chopping at him constantly, and
He's like
then
ripping at Andre's hair and shit. Like they were
yeah,
going at it, dude.
and then unfortunately though.
Oh
Hogan
yeah.
is going to run on the ropes and gets pulled out of the ring by King Kong Bundy. So he starts fighting Bundy and
Yep.
one man gang outside the ring. He
But Landon, surely he's paying attention to the referee's count, though, right?
No, man, no. He has to take care of business outside of the ring. He knows he has enough time. So he's fighting them. He fights off one man gang for the moment. He's basically at the entrance before you get into the ring and picks up and slams King Kong Bundy,
On the
300
floor,
pounds
yeah.
right there. And then he walks over to one man gang. There's not an exchange. He literally just slams him. He just waited right there for Hulk Hogan to slam him. And then that's when we get it.
Yeah, the
Ring
Hogan
ding
count
ding
out. There it
ding.
is. Yep.
Hogan, not pinned though.
No.
Hogan has been eliminated.
Well, Hogan's not getting pinned, brother.
Whoa, I love what you did there.
That doesn't work for me, brother.
But that's crazy. That is the first time that we've seen Hogan not really be a factor in the ending of this.
So that's yeah. So I've never seen this show. But the second Hogan was counted out, I go, okay, so the heels are gonna win, but they just want they want the heels to win by a pinfall, and Hogan wasn't getting pinned. So that you count him out now, so Bigelow can fight back from near death and take the pin.
Was
And
it
that's I
bad?
mean,
Was it bad for
do
me to
what?
think that Bam was
Oh
about to get a Dolph Ziggler moment?
no, because that's what they wanted you to think, and the fact
Okay.
that you bit shows how well that Bam Bam actually performed when it came to that. Like he suspended the disbelief for you.
Yeah, dude, they got me
Because
bad.
did you didn't actually think that Andre was gonna get pinned either, but you really fucking hoped for it, and they made you think for a second that maybe Bam Bam was gonna do it.
They got me. Yeah, cause honestly, they're beating the shit out of him in the corner. And then, did you notice? Did you notice one man gang the whole time when he got back on the apron? He literally just had his head down, resting on the ropes, and Andre was just standing up next to him while King Kong was in the ring, like fucking with Bam. And so how the next person eliminated is King Kong Bundy. Bam gets him. What happens is Bundy misses a corner, like he accidentally hits the corner and misses Bam Bam, and then Bam jumps off the top rope
He
and
slingshots himself over, like he's standing on the apron and then pulls the rope and jumps over it and does a splash. So it looks really cool.
mhm. And then
Especially for Bam Bam his size, you wouldn't expect him to be able to move that way. But that's gonna be what more or less Bam Bam gets known for is like his speed, despite his size.
yeah, 300 plus pounder doing that's crazy. I don't care who you are. But yeah, so King Kong Bundy gets eliminated from that, and then of course Andre's not gonna go in next. Andre's the most laziest motherfucker in this match.
That makes him the best worker the whole card, man. He
Mhm.
got the most and did the least.
One man gang goes into the ring, starts beating up on Bam Bam. This is the moment where I mistaken the moment earlier for. Uh, One man grabs Bam Bam and pulls him over to Andre, and Andre kicks him in the face, boots him in the face or
Yeah,
whatever.
there it is.
And then one man gang goes on top rope,
Yep.
misses Bam,
What happens? He
and
misses a
then
splash, and then what?
Bam puts his arm on him to eliminate him.
And he gets pinned. He loses because he missed the splash.
So yeah, this moment was like, holy shit! I'm sitting on my couch, like, are we about to see Bam Bam pull off the 1v3?
All I did was laugh that another missed splash led to a pinfall. But also, I was like, bro, all right, Bam Bam turned out to be fucking awesome in this match.
hmm
He was a sleeper cell in the beginning, and then he kind of snuck in at the end and was like, whoa, the Bam Bam Bigelow show is actually kind of fucking awesome.
And so basically, the strategy for Bam was just to be faster than Andre.
Yeah, he starts dodging him like he's a fucking Dark Souls boss. He's doing combat rolls left and right.
um, but Andre eventually does a suplex.
It's like a butterfly suplex.
Yeah, it was very bad. I don't. Andre, I know he's strong, but like Jesus, he did like he did not move him well.
I just couldn't believe he did a move. Like he did an actual wrestling move. Because before this, it's been like choke, awkward punch, awkward slaps,
Slaps.
and
Yeah.
then eventually they fall and he like splashes them or something. But here he did a fucking wrestling move. I thought Andre was leaps and bounds a better performer than what he has been on the other shows. Like Andre was fucking awesome here. And he didn't really have to do much, but that's kind of the thing. His presence alone carries him through, like through most of a match or just a segment or whatever. He's so physically demanding, like I said, that you just can't help but notice him, even if he does nothing or not. And the less he does, you get more out of because you're just looking for this giant to fucking do something. And when he does a shitty butterfly suplex. But I screamed because I just couldn't believe he did that. I wasn't expecting that at all. And
Uh,
the Bam Bam of all people, like that's probably why it didn't look as good as you might have hoped. Because even though he's like a giant, he's still lifting 300 pounds of Bam Bam Bigelow up. And it's not like Andre has massive arms. If it had been Hogan, Hogan could have butterfly suplexed him. But
yeah.
Andre's kind of got stick figure limbs, bro, for him to be a giant.
But Andre becomes the technical term sole survivor as his
First
team
ever.
beats Hogan's team. And boy, howdy, was someone not not gonna take
Oh
that.
man, in the back, Tito Santana was talking to Hulk Hogan. He was like, "Brother, this is a miscarriage of justice. You got to get out there and fix this shit." Also, let's talk about one of the things of Hulk Hogan's departure from this match. When he gets counted out, the referee says the official states that if Hogan does not leave, he will forfeit the belt to the enemy team?
Yeah. No, I think he said
What?
bout. He said bout.
Oh, okay, okay. I thought he said belt.
No,
I
yeah,
was
no
like,
bout.
brother, what? But Honky Tonk Man just straight up walked out. And no one was like, hey, if you leave, we're giving the belt to the fucking baby faces. So this confused me because I was like, is the belt on the line? What the fuck is happening right
Dude,
now?
that'd have been some shit because what if
Andre would have won the belt.
yeah, that'd have been crazy.
So I'm
Crazy,
glad they
crazy.
said bout because the second I heard that, I was so confused and just disoriented. But it wasn't it. Okay, so I'm glad you cleared that up for me.
Yeah. Uh but yeah, so basically after the match, Hogan runs down with the belt and he goes after Andre. He hits him with it and he tries to like go and hit him again, but Andre's already losing his balance and falling out of the ring and you get you get basically Ventura. He's ripping on Hogan, calling him like
Oh yeah.
a sore loser, and he's lost twice now to Andre because at WrestleMania he was pinned, and Andre can't take the loss well, and or Hogan can't take the loss well, and everything, and
Well, this is the first
basically
time we've seen Hogan lose, and goddamn did he not take it well.
basically you get who is it? Bobby Heenan, right? And
Yeah.
Andre, they're just like they're smiling, laughing, like he won, blah blah blah. So they're walking back to the ring, and then we get the next 3 minutes of Hogan poses that we also graciously wanted throughout the night. That's all I thought about was can't wait for the Hogan
Yeah,
pose in
can't
the
wait
main
for
event.
that. And then when he got counted out, I was afraid we weren't going to get it.
Yeah, thank God he
But
came back in the ring.
he had
Thank you,
taken care
Tito
of, man.
Santana.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, you've come through yet again.
Um, Also, this is the first time the heels won, right?
This is the only time on the on this particular show that the heels won. Yeah.
And then so basically after Hogan's doing his pose, we get Andre the Giant, Bobby Heenan, interviewed by Gene Okerlund. Um, Heenan's basically saying like Andre survived, fuck Hogan. Um, and then Andre's like he's doing the title around the waist thing, like, come on, let's go, let's fight, blah 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 blah. And so basically they're just setting up Andre versus Hogan 2, or if you don't count that as 2, then
Okay.
Andre Hogan 3 or whatever.
Okay. All right, buddy. Well, let me explain some things to you now that we're at the end of Survivor Series 87 to set the table here for WrestleMania 4.
Okay.
I oh fuck, this is gonna. Oh wait. Okay, okay. Some of this actually happens at the Royal Rumble, so maybe I should save this.
Okay, you can tell me after Royal Rumble because WrestleMania 4 will be after it.
Okay, cool. I'll do that then. I forgot we decided to put Royal Rumble in here because pay per view chronology on Wikipedia says the next one's WrestleMania 4, but we've discovered that the first Royal Rumble took place on the USA Network between now and WrestleMania 4, so we were gonna watch that.
About 2 months later, yeah.
Yeah. So I won't explain the setup for WrestleMania 4 just yet. Then I'll save it
Save it for next week.
because there is a segment that happens at Royal Rumble that will play into this.
So basically, how the show ends after the promo, we shoot back to Hulk. He's still posing, but then we get this weird picture package where they make sure to literally show a picture of everybody who wrestled that night. One
Thank God.
standstill picture of them. And dude, I had to fast forward through it. The pictures was like 4 minutes long.
I didn't watch it because I had to get in this call with you to review this show. So I missed that part. I don't even have like a big synopsis of the show like I've had the last few times. I'm just gonna have to wing it.
Yeah, well, I'll let you think of it. You can build off me. I'll go first.
All right, man.
So
Yeah, I
basically,
didn't
what
think
I
to rate
thought,
it yet. Fuck.
what I'm thinking is, I don't. Okay, I think this is the best non WrestleMania event that we've seen. Obviously,
Yeah, this and Wrestling Classic. Yeah.
yeah, bounds and leaps better. I think this is better than one of the WrestleManias, WrestleMania 2. I don't think it's better than 1 or 3.
Okay.
But I actually did enjoy this.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm
Well,
gonna
that's
give
good.
it. I'm gonna give it 2.5 King Kong Bundys out of 5. I'm gonna say this is a mid pay per view. But it's enjoyable for the eyes. I thought the main event was booked very well, obviously, especially just a lot of big guys in the ring.
I will
Um,
say the main event was really good.
yeah, the main event. I mean, they got me. They Dolph Zigglered me.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought Bam was about to win,
And
but
that's what's important.
stupid idiot me didn't think, oh wait,
No, man.
Andre's not getting
Hopeful
pinned.
fan you. That's not stupid idiot. That is hopeful wrestling fan Landon.
Hopefully, yeah,
And
can't.
that's who they should be targeting. That's who these are supposed to be triggering. And it did.
Yeah, I mean they got me. Um, one of the matches that I thought wasn't going to be one of my favorites ended up being the women's tag team. I would
Yeah.
say if I had to rank the 4 matches, I would
Oh God.
go. The main event was the best. The first tag team, and then the women's tag team, and then the tag team Survivor Series was the worst match. Only because it was very long, and I just kind of got bored during it, and I was just thinking, oh wait, the hearts will probably be in it at last. You know what I mean? Boy, was I
Yeah,
wrong.
sure, kinda. Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
kinda, sure, but not really.
yeah. I got to. We were introduced to the Jumping Bomb Angels. I fucking love them.
They are great, man.
Literally, as I mentioned earlier, I mean, I'm literally in love with oh, what was her name?
Yeah,
Izuki Yamazaki.
yeah, yeah. There it
I'm
is.
literally in love with her. 1987. If you're listening, call me. Uh, but yeah, all in all, I just thought I thought it was more fun than enjoyable. A lot of laughter, and yeah, like I mentioned earlier, 2 out of 5. My overall best performer of the night. I'll give it to Savage. That's 2 in a row
Okay.
for me for Savage. I mean, he's just all over the place. He's now a face. We get to see that for the first time. Also, the first pay per view where we don't see Piper. And yeah, just give
Yeah,
me
that
Savage for the
we
best.
didn't have Piper or Junkyard Dog this time.
Yeah, no JYD. That makes me sad. But yeah, that's my thoughts on
Okay. Hey, would
Survivor
you believe
Series.
that right now, Izuki Yamazaki is 58?
Okay. A little bit of an age
Wait,
difference, but
that
we're
can't be
good.
right. I don't know. It's just at 1966? I don't know. I'm not mathing right now in my head.
Yep, that's right, math.
All right, lit. Okay, cool. So my thoughts on Survivor Series. I'm gonna give it also a 2.5 because I know I'm sounding like really more negative on it, but I think that's just because, like I said, the luster of watching 80s wrestling and review it has kind of worn off. Um,
I cannot wait for the 90s. I'll say it.
Yeah, I will say though that if you hate fuck finishes now, they're just gonna piss you off more in the Attitude Era. But at least there was like crazy shit around the fuck finishes that made it worthwhile. That's not necessarily the case here, just because of like production value and like what's possible in terms of production. I I thought the main event was really good. I thought the opening match with like the up and coming guys, I thought that was also really good. The women's match was a sleeper for me, and I rolled my eyes when I saw that we had 10 women that WWF are putting in this Survivor Series match. Not because I thought they were gonna suck or any of that dumb shit, but just because like every other time we've had a women's match, they gave them fuck all worth of time. Fabulous Moolah and Velvet McIntyre got fucking 30 seconds at WrestleMania 2. And now that I see that they've hidden how awesome Velvet McIntyre is from me, I hate them. But the tag match was fucking boring. That shit was so long. Like, some of the eliminations and stuff were cool. I like the way the Headstringers eliminated the British Bulldog with like the fucking headbutt thing. I just wish it would have happened to a tag team that wasn't the fucking British Bulldogs. Um, I love the Honky Tonk Man, even though he wasn't in that match. It's a different match entirely. I'm just happy to see the Honky Tonk Man. I got to see Greg Valentine today. That was really fucking cool. These matches just kind of drag at times for me. Every match was over 20 minutes. You had 23:38, 20:17, 37:14, and then the main event was 24:07. But that being said, the things that were good I really liked. It's just that one part in the middle just made this very hard to watch. If you watch any one match, like the first match or the women's match or the main event, you'll probably like it and it'll probably be a good time. But watching all four of them together was tough, dude. Like, it was really hard for me. This is the first time I did not go all the way through in one sitting. But performer of the night I gave to Bam Bam, because I'd never seen him before, at least in terms of this podcast. I've seen like 90s WCW Bam Bam that was kind of like not really as good as he can be, but holy fuck was he not awesome in this match. And like you, for a second, man, I was really pulling for him, and I was like, did they actually have him beat Andre back then? This would be kind of crazy, because the pattern fit, because all the baby faces have won so far, so why would this be any different? And it was kind of disappointing when he didn't win. I was a real big fan of Bam Bam. I can't wait to see more of him. But also an honorable mention to Velvet McIntyre. She's probably my new favorite women's wrestler. Sorry, Wendy Richter. And also honorable mention to Andre, because before, like, his matches were boring, his promos were hard to understand, but now he's full tilt asshole heel, and he's awesome for it. Like, he has an intimidating presence. He just says simple heel shit on the mic, like, I'm going to crush you, or I said I would be Survivor, I survived. It was awesome. And he's come such a long way from just being the awkward big baby face that, doesn't talk much. I gave the women's match the match of the night, even though you could argue that the main event was better. I just enjoyed the women's match more, and getting to expose myself to how great Velvet McIntyre is. Not to mention how awesome the Glamour Girls were. Sensational Sherry's awesome, and then the Jumping Bomb Angels were fucking incredible. So I just enjoyed the women's match more. So I gave it match of the night. Segment: there is not a fucking way anything is touching the $1 Million Man.
Not a chance. Not a
There's
chance at
not
all.
not a chance. If I watch anything from this show ever again, it's going to be just that.
To
You
laugh.
take, yeah, just you take any one part of that. Okay, bro, let me explain how awesome this segment is to you. I thought it was over after the kid bouncing the basketball and then him just talking shit like at the dinner table. I turned it off because I was tired and I had to go to bed and then come back to do this part today. And then I press play, and then I get him making woman bark like a dog. Then I get dude kissing his feet. Then I get him shutting down a public pool. It's like the gift that kept on giving. So $1 Million Man, best segment and best promo. No one's touching any of those. And then
Mm-mm.
I gave best moment to Bam Bam's comeback because holy hell did it had me going, and it had you going,
They got
and
me.
it had the crowd. It had the crowd going. Crowd was so deflated when he did not win. But overall, I enjoyed the things that I really enjoyed the things I did enjoy, and I really hated the things I hated. That tag match just drained so much energy out of me. But I could watch the main event tag match again, or I could watch the women's tag match again, but I could never watch that tag team Survivor Series match ever again in my life. So there's my thoughts. 2.5 King Kong Bundys.
Okay. I love it. Yep, that is it for our Survivor Series, the first ever one, 1987 review. Next week, we'll be back for the first Royal Rumble, which happens 2 months later, exactly, on January 24th, 1988, in Canada, Hamilton, Ontario, to be exact.
And this was
Um,
not a pay-per-view event. This was
it was not. It was on
aired on
live
USA.
television. How
Yeah,
lucky were they? Didn't have to pay 40
so
bucks.
oh gosh. For years, I don't know if it was years, but for a while, Pat Patterson had pitched this idea to Vince McMahon, like two guys would start every few minutes, a new guy would come. Nobody knows who's next, and you do this until you get 20, 30 guys. Vince shut it down every time, and then USA comes to him, and they want some little one-off special here. And Vince goes, I don't know, give him that dumbass Royal Rumble idea that Pat's been ranting about. And now we have the Royal Rumble, and it's one of the biggest events in history. And it adds in the long term, we will find how much the Royal Rumble adds to WrestleMania.
Okay, I gotcha. But yeah, I mean, it's one of the top three pay-per-views every year now.
Yeah, I'd say Survivor Series is number 4 when it comes to the big four.
Yeah, so it's WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Royal Rumble,
Yeah, Survivor
Survivor
Series.
Series.
It's weird because if you go off of this, Survivor Series was the first one to exist that wasn't WrestleMania.
Yeah, which is crazy. But yeah, that is our review of Survivor Series, and we'll see you for the first ever Royal Rumble.